Your information. Open your show, baby. Your show. Your third episode of your hit podcast, #1 podcast, Keeping It Bute. Keeping it the fuck Bute.
Keeping it the fuck Bute. Okay,
You
I would like to
heard?
welcome everybody to the #1 podcast right now in the music, Keeping It Bute.
That's right. Week 3.
Week fucking 3.
You've been in the seat as a host for 3 weeks straight. How do you feel? This is your house, so you running this shit. How does it feel to be in that kind of position?
You know, I'm excited. I'm nervous. I have a
what
special.
you nervous about?
People's feelings, and then like I have a special guest today, ASAP Ferg.
Hey.
So it's like,
ASAP Ferg is definitely in the building today. I think that you're amongst your peers, though. These are all people. If you think about it, when you interview somebody, that means that they are someone who's good at what they do, obviously, right?
Yes,
you're
like,
damn good at what you do.
I definitely fucks with him as a person, like so.
But you're in
glad.
the conversation with him as far as being a host who can interview him. I think that's something you should remember. You know what I'm saying? You are good enough to interview somebody who's that good at what they do.
I'm just keeping it Bute.
That's
you know?
it.
I'm just keeping it Bute for these bald-headed, raggedy bitches and these
Crusty
crusty lip
raggedy
hoes.
bitches. So
you
speaking
know?
of a bitch with hair, though, because I heard this week you had something really special that you wanted to talk about. You found a black girl who did something really dope that I know you wanted to share with everybody. She did a sort of...
Just Brittany. Yes. Okay, so I definitely wanted to share Just Brittany's freestyle. I'm going to play it for y'all in this segment, but I just felt like she was so dope. I didn't know who she was. I seen it on the Shade Room, and just that freestyle that she did was so dope. And then when I actually went to go look to see who this is, I just found her as like a dope artist, and like I really really like her style, like and how she just shouted everybody out.
What was she freestyling about?
She basically was freestyling about hip hop artists that's females, like and
really?
even some of them was like R&B artists. I think I heard a few, like but she was just shouting out and giving, showing love, but she was saying it like in her own little artistic way. Yeah, each person and stuff like that. I
listened to it and I thought it was dope. She definitely shined a spotlight on.
Yeah, like and she's from Houston, Texas. There's a lot of people coming out of Houston, Texas,
hell
baby.
Yeah, it is. Houston is hot.
Like Houston is hot right now.
Have you been a Houston star?
When I used to scam, I've been to Texas, but I don't think I've been to Houston. Okay. Texas. I've been every state.
What, every state? Okay.
I've been in every state. I don't think I was in exactly Houston. I probably was in Austin,
but you
Texas,
fucked with Texas.
But I definitely was in Texas.
Okay.
It's hot as shit.
Well, Texas is big, so it's enough of it to go around.
And I heard that she's on part of Love and Hip Hop.
Yes, she actually
Atlanta,
was.
season 7.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know.
She had orange hair. I remember she also was on the show.
And she has 3 Billboard charting songs.
Really? I didn't know that about Just Brittany, but that's dope. I know she was. She had a some sort of little deal with Maybach Music. She was fucking with Rick Ross and them on the music tip a little bit. She
I heard that she was signed to Cash Money.
She probably is now.
No,
she
listen, that was. I don't think she is anymore.
Well, that may have been where she had landed. But she did a little reality show that Rick Ross had, so she's been getting a couple looks here lately. She got something. So shout out to Just Brittany. And I actually saw that freestyle. That shit was dope.
Shout out to Lizzo too. She just hit #1.
#1.
Yep, in the Billboard chart. Yep.
Shout out the fuck out to Lizzo. Word, who can shake her ass and play the flute.
And she's the 6th female to do this.
Who else
the
is up
6th female
there?
Rapper to do this.
To be at the top of the Hot 100?
The other people are, to hit #1. Is Lauryn Hill, Lil' Kim, Iggy Azalea, Cardi B, and Shauna.
Dope. I always forget that.
Cardi B. Shout out to my fucking friend.
I always forget that Shauna has that because she did a feature on that Ludacris song, right? I believe that's what she had. That's what she got on the list for. But that's dope to have that sort of accolade on your list of things that you've done.
Can you believe that the motherfucker is suing Popeyes? For running out of chicken sandwiches?
Wait, I heard about this shit.
And then I read today that motherfuckers pulled a gun out.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not gonna hold you. I tried it. I'm not going to jail for it.
But it was good. But I ain't going to jail for it.
It was good, but it wasn't like I guess I had my hopes up so high because everybody kept talking about it.
They gassed it.
Yes, so it was good, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I got to get one all the time. Every single time I go to Popeyes, I have to get a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Maybe because I didn't eat the spicy one too.
Well, I definitely didn't get the spicy one.
Mine wasn't missing pickles. And
I heard pickles either. I hate pickles.
But I like pickles, and I heard pickles was supposed to be on it because when I researched the ingredients,
yeah,
it was supposed to be mayo and
like
pickles.
Pickles on a chicken sandwich.
Yes, it was
that
supposed.
Sounds gross to me.
No, I think that it needs the pickles.
Okay, because I think the pickles.
I think the pickles would have hit it for me, and that
for me,
been
I think that.
But I love that it was so juicy.
There you took the
so,
fucking words out of my mouth.
So
That's
juicy.
what makes it so good. It's
the
juicy.
The bread was so good.
And
that's
it's
one
seasoned
thing.
like regular Popeyes.
I didn't get that.
I didn't get spicy. I got the regular.
I got regular too, but I didn't get the seasoned.
It didn't taste like regular Popeyes to you? It did to me. It tastes like the same shit they put on the chicken.
No, it didn't taste like the fried chicken I be getting.
Oh, well, you got to go. Which one did you go to?
I went to the one in Brooklyn on Utica Avenue.
We'll go back.
I don't think they have anymore. Ain't it like sold out till September?
Wait. That's why these niggas been pulling guns and shit.
It's not that serious to go to jail for no fucking Popeyes.
A damn chicken sandwich.
I don't care what it is from Popeyes. Like
I'm not waiting in no long line for a fucking chicken sandwich.
It wasn't no line either. Like it was just like me going right. And I was just like, oh, do you have? And they was like, yeah, we have. I'm like, oh, okay, let me get two.
Yeah.
And
I liked it. I mean, it was
Alex.
good. I get it. Like the shit was really good, but I ain't finna whoop nobody ass over no chicken sandwich. That's crazy.
I just want to remind everybody, every Wednesday it drops at 8 a.m. Remember to rate Keepin It Bute. You feel me? My podcast, Keepin It Bute.
Yo, what podcast?
My number one.
You better talk your shit, Star Brown. This your house.
I be trying not to because I be humble.
You be trying to keep it Bute, but
I'm trying to keep it Bute and not be too cocky because I'm cocky on the regular. So I'm trying to remain a little a little humble. But don't get a bitch started.
What are you most excited about having a hit podcast like this? What do you want to do with this? Like, what are you excited about?
I'm excited and nervous about just letting people know me. Like, just letting y'all know me, letting everybody know what I've been through, how I feel about certain things. Just me. Like, instead of you thinking about me or knowing what you're going to know. You're not going to
straight from your mouth.
Yeah, you're going to straight know. Like, okay, this is how she might feel. This is the type of person she is. I feel like a lot of people look at my Instagram or hear about me from others and they assume who I am. So it's like, fuck assuming. Now you're going to personally know and hate me or love me for at least knowing me instead of just hearing something out of somebody's mouth. So I feel like that's what I'm most excited about. I guess meeting different people that I never met before. Like, besides ASAP Ferg, because I know him, people that I never met that, will probably after a while want to come and stop by. And, I get the opportunity to pick their brains.
Or people that fuck with your vibe. I know you're the type of person who pays attention to energy, and you can tell off rip how a person is when you encounter them the first time.
Yeah, and I could tell off rip if I like you or not.
Immediately.
I could just look at you and tell.
So even like, you're making me laugh because I'm thinking about shit. But anyway, so anyway.
I could just look at a raggedy bitch and be like, yeah, this is not the bitch for me.
No, but you have a chance, I think, to just introduce so many people to like your vibe and your energy and encourage people to move that way. I think that's a huge opportunity and shit.
It's huge, but it's also scary too because I know I did so much. Even though I don't regret it, I did so much fucked up shit and so much crazy shit in my life that when people be like, oh, you're an influence or like people's looking up to you, I'll be like, I don't want them to. Yeah. Like I'll be so scared for somebody to look up to me. Like don't look up to me.
You can't fight that though.
Look up to somebody else who's better than me. Don't look up to me. You can't fight that
though because it's about something that appeals to people, and this is why it's so important to have the kind of. This is why I even wanted to talk about this because I think people need to be clear on like your intention with this show, right? You have a chance to tell people, introduce people to your perspective, give them a first-hand view on like your voice on things, including and especially your story. But you also can see how much love you get in the streets from women and guys, but especially women, black women who are like, yo, you so real. Finally, somebody's voice who we can relate to. Finally, somebody who we can get something from. So you're not just sharing your stories and telling people what happened to you for nothing. It be
nerve-wracking, though. It does be nervous.
You feel pressure from that?
I don't feel pressure, but I do be feeling nervous sometimes because I feel like I did a lot of shit in the streets. Like, you understand? Yeah. I did a lot of shit, and I don't feel like anything that I'm doing now, any good that I'm doing now, erases the bad that I did.
But why do you feel like you have to erase that?
No, I don't feel I have to erase it. So I want everybody to feel like don't just because I'm doing good, don't and I'm trying to be out here and I'm doing good things. Don't get me fucked up and think that how I'm trying to erase my past or I want you to feel like only look at the new. No, I don't give a fuck about that. But I be nervous because it's like I don't know when my past is gonna hit me. It's gonna hit me. You understand? So I just be anybody who comes up to me, I was like, approach me from the front. Please don't approach me from the back. You understand?
We talked about that. What did you say happened? Then somebody.
like,
where were you? Didn't somebody like
I was in a
tap
school.
you on your?
Yes, I was in a school. I was in a school with my manager Alex, and I didn't know it was a little kid, but it was a little kid, and she came from the back and she tapped me from the back, and my first reaction was, oh, to fight. You understand? But then it's like, but then I realized like, oh shit, this is like a little kid. But it's like, you know, I can't think like that.
What
but
you
then
say
I also
she gonna
have
learn
to
in school today, goddamn it.
I also got to think like that because it's like she's a little kid. She's not gonna know to approach you to the front. So it's like I just be feeling like I just always want people to know like I'm still a human being. You know, I don't feel I'm a celebrity. Have some type of respect. Don't come to me from the back. Come to me from the front. Don't just pull out your phone and put it in my face. Because if you sue me, you ain't getting nothing. I'm poor. You feel me? Like, I has no money for you. So I don't give a fuck about that suing shit.
What do you think the biggest difference in your past and your future is, though? Because it's two different eras of Star Brim, right?
I feel now in my future that I'm more calm than I was before. And I'm more assertive. Like, you understand?
And that's a good thing. Clear that shit up. It's a good thing for
assertive.
Black women to be assertive.
Yeah, like my homegirl, she's locked up. Shout out to her, Free Night and Jerry. Okay. But she tells me all the time, like, the one thing that she respects from me, even when we was in jail, is that I'm assertive. And I was like, what you mean by assertive? She's like, basically, like, my tone don't get higher, it doesn't get lower. I put it like it is. Like, you understand?
Direct.
I'm just direct with it, and it is what it is. Wherever you want to take it, we can take it. But I'm not gonna sit there and just, you know, get crazy or make you bring me out of character. I feel like I'm more, you know, I'm more calm now. I'm very calm.
So where did that come from? Because
I came from jail.
But I don't think that you were the opposite of calm for the sake of like being sensational or, you know, stirring shit up. I feel like you were reacting more.
I just feel like I was more of a defensive person. I was an argumentative person. Like, you understand? I'm gonna defend myself. I'm gonna argue. I don't give a fuck. In response to something. Yeah, like somebody has to say something to me that rubs me the wrong way, and I'm gonna argue with you. I'm gonna sit there and don't. You see how they be like, oh yeah, if they bark, they don't bite. Bitch, I do both. I'm gonna bark and I'm a fucking bite. Like, you understand?
You
so fuck is you talk about? But I feel like.
You mind if I drink Hennessy?
Go ahead, pour it up, baby.
Thank you. I know you don't drink.
Just for you. Just for you.
You don't drink, so I'm gonna drink for both of us. But go ahead. Though.
So 2 shots. But I feel like jail, I guess since I had the opportunity not to have a phone, that I learned to not defend myself. You understand? I learned.
Was that easy or hard for you? Because people have a hard time not responding to shit out here.
It was hard when I was in jail because the outside world. So my friends and my family that's coming to me telling me, oh yeah, you know this bitch said this on your Instagram, this bitch said that, this bitch said this. It's like, bitch, stop telling me what the fuck is going on out there because I can't jail like that. I can't focus on the outside while I'm in the inside. Only thing I can focus on is the inside while I'm in here. I cannot sit here and, you know, just, what am I going to do? You gonna change clothes with me so I can escape and, you know, handle my business? Yeah. Like, you feel me? There's nothing I could do. So after a while, learning like how not to respond, it made me such a better person. Like, that's one thing that I definitely give credit for. Like, you know, like eventually I got a phone in, but, like, eventually I got one. But for the couple of months that I was in Danbury camp in Connecticut, I didn't have no phone, and actually it made me really, really calmer. And then I had a friend named Star. Actually,
what a name! What a
name! We call each other like cookies and cream because when we was in jail, she's light skinned, so she was the cream and I was the cookie.
Okay.
And she used to always tell me like, "Yo, like stop feeling like you need to defend yourself because at the end of the day, like, do you know what type of person you are? You're like, you're so kind, you're so giving. Like, I never knew this." She said that she used to look at me on Instagram and just be like, yo, this bitch is crazy. She popping up at bitches' houses. She's telling bitches pop out, drop their location. She going crazy until she was locked up with me. That's when she got to know me. And she was like, it's crazy because it's a different type of person than what she would have expected from seeing on the gram because I'm so loving, I'm so giving. Like,
absolutely.
But just don't fuck with me. Like, you understand? But I'm so loving, I'm so giving. So she was just like, I never would have expected that. She said, fuck how people feel. Like, you know, like get over explaining yourself. You don't got to explain yourself. You don't got to defend yourself. You don't got to do none of that. And by her keep saying that to me, and it's like, you know, it just stuck with me. And it's like, you know what, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to. And now I don't. Like, of course, you know, I respond a little here and there, funny wise, but it doesn't make me upset when I'm doing it.
You always add something in it to make it like a funny kind.
Yes, like I don't ever, like when I do respond to people, it's like in a funny way, like just to brush it off, but I'm never upset. Like I don't get mad no more off of comments at all. Before that shit used to piss.
Comments. Like don't nobody care about that shit.
That shit used to get me so upset, but now it's like in the long run, these same bitches that's probably putting this when they see me, want to get next to me. Like, you understand? So
what's the real stance here? Also, I think that was great advice that Jerry, right?
Yes, Jerry.
I think that was great advice that Jerry gave you that you can certainly apply to your position.
Wait, you talking about, no, I think that was Star. The one that gets Star.
Yes. Star, exactly.
And Jerry told me I'm assertive. Star is the one that gives me that advice.
Well, you know what? Actually, both of those cases apply to your position now. As the host of a show, you have literally a platform, right? Where there's an opportunity for people to kind of offer some sort of commentary on what they feel your performance is. So you're going to get that. I think also you're going to see people just having something to say about you even being in that position in the first place. But both of those things, you being assertive and you not really giving a fuck about what people have to say, will put you in a more comfortable position
like
here.
My only competition is last year.
There you go.
Like, you know, like I don't have no competition. Like my only competition is myself and myself from last year. And honestly, I'm doing really fucking good because last year I was in a jail cell. Yeah. You understand? So that's my only competition. Nothing else is my competition in this world.
Why do you think women have such a hard time with that, though, as far as like competition amongst females in whatever arena they're in? Why do you think it's so hard for women not to play into the competitive shit? Because a lot of times it's not even you, it's people talking shit, creating some sort of like energy.
Honestly, I feel like it's out of fear. Not fear of me. Like, I don't feel like, oh yeah, these girls are scared of me. I feel like a lot of girls are fearful of what people might say about them. So for them to see me not caring and saying what I want to say, doing what I want to say, they want to be that type of person. So they're fearful. So out of fear, they're just going to sit there and say something negative or something mean, you know? Because like it's like I said before, I remember when I wasn't around thought and I wasn't dressing all thottish, people were still calling me a hoe. So it was like, what's the point? I might as well do it. Like, you feel me? I might as well be thottish. I feel like nobody can judge me. Like, it is what it is. Like, everything I do it for a reason.
How can you help other women be fearless like that, especially when it comes to style?
It's really, really hard to be fearless with anything, period. Like, I even tell people, like, I remember one day I had put out, like, yeah, I had 2 abortions.
Yeah.
And so many girls hit me, and mind you, when I said that, so many girls was underneath it like, oh, why would you kill a kid? But then those same girls
went to the DM.
Was in my DM saying like, oh my God, I respect you so much for saying that because I went through the same thing, but I'm just so scared of what people might think. I don't give a fuck what people might think because me doing those was the best things that I ever did in my life. Like, you understand?
So why? Why do you feel like that?
Because I feel like, think about it. I would have been like, think about it. If I would have had those 2 kids, or even that 1 kid or something like that, I'm stuck in jail now worrying about my kids. When at least when I did my jail time, I don't have to worry about nothing. My kids is not left nowhere with nobody. You understand? It's just me.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about that.
It.
Times when I was living out my car for 2 months.
Yeah.
I'd have been living out my car for 2 months and with 2 babies.
And feeling that.
And with 2 kids. Not only do I have to worry about feeding myself, I have to worry about feeding them too.
Let me ask you something.
And pampering them too.
Let me ask you, this is really great too, because I think this is something that a lot of people overlook. The maternal instinct as far as like women who have had to do time.
I just feel like.
When you met mothers in jail and shit, did they talk about feeling like they were.
I had people when I came home that when they was going in, they was like, yo, do you think my kid is going to love me?
Wow.
I said, yes, your kid. Like, it's certain questions that I do answer. Like, you know, I read everything. Certain things I just don't feel like being bothered, but I read everything. And there was a lady and she wrote me and was like, oh, I got to go in soon. Like, I don't know how to tell my daughter. I said, listen, she's 7 years old. Let her know what it is. Like, you understand? Don't hide it from her. Tell her what it is, because if she's coming to see you, she's gonna see federal potential, like federal facility. You understand? She's gonna know that this is cops.
Jail.
Yeah, these are jail. Like, this is a fucking jail. This is a prison.
A prison.
You're in prison. The guards have guns. You understand? And then when you call, it's gonna say this is calls from a federal detention center or this calls from a federal facility. She's gonna put 2 and 2 together. You understand?
That's a big thing that a lot of parents struggle with. So you think the best move when you're a parent that's going away is to be honest?
It's to be honest, because
all the way around.
All the way around. I was wrong. I did something that I wasn't supposed to do, and now I have to face the consequences and, you know, be in jail, because at the end of the day, it's going to teach your kid also that anybody could do wrong, including your mom and dad. You understand? People try to put up as a parent, like, oh, you know, like they never did nothing wrong, or like they're just like the best parent to their kids and stuff like that. But sometimes you have to let your kids know you're a human. So you did make a mistake and there's consequences, so that they know if I make a mistake, I'm going to be in jail like mommy, or I'm going to be in jail like daddy. Like, you understand? Or not only daddy's the one that's getting locked up, mommy could get locked up too.
What do you think parents can do? Because I assume, number one, I don't have any kids, and number 2, I've never done a bid, right? But I assume that parents feel something. What do you think parents can do to alleviate their children from any sort of shame that might come from their parents being incarcerated? Like, what do you think that conversation needs to be from a parent to a child about the fact that they're about to enter that experience?
You know, honestly, I don't think I can answer that question because I'm not a parent yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know like all the way how it feels to be a mom.
But I'm sure you know what you would say to someone who you felt like you had that sort of care or concern for. Fuck being a parent. What do you say to people to your loved ones when you're about to go away? And what is it that you wanted, like before you went away, what was the one thing that you wanted all the people that you loved and fuck with to understand? What was it?
I was getting to that bag and I gotta go in. Like,
so you wanted them to be more clear about my
parents know what I was doing.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I don't hide no secrets for anything. They know everything about me. So they knew why I was going in. And at the end of the day, you understand, of course, they're sad. I'm leaving them. Like, you understand? But
they understood that could have been a consequence.
Yeah, they know that there's a consequences behind everything. So it depends because there's a lot of people who's out here who's hiding things from their loved ones who don't know what they're doing out here. So now when it's time for them to go to jail, it's like, wait a minute, you was selling drugs? Wait a minute, you was toting guns? Like, how? When? Like, you understand? These parents don't know. Kids don't know and stuff like that. My parents knew. So it's a different type of scenario. But back to the question where you said, like, the people, like the parents that's in there, it's hard for them. Because
and you saw that.
So I seen it firsthand because some of them is kids, right? So say if your kid is like 12, 13 years old or 14 years old, they can't come see you on your own. They can't come see you. They can't just put money on your books. So they have to have permission from somebody else. Whoever you left them with or whoever they're with has to be the one that's in control of them. You're no longer in control of your kid. You no longer could chastise your kid in a way. Like, I done seen parents like, oh, what are you doing? You can't be doing that. Like yelling at their kid over the phone. And it's like,
them kids don't give a fuck.
Them kids don't give a fuck. You're not there. Like, you understand? And what are you going to do to them? You can't beat them. What are you going to do? Like, you understand? So it's like a hard situation. But I know that there's a lot of mothers who feel like, oh, yeah, is my kid going to love me still? Yes. Like,
you just made a mistake.
There's nothing my mom and my dad could do for me to stop loving them.
Yeah.
Like, you understand? Like, they have to really, like, disown me to the 10th power for me to feel like, you know what? All right, they disown me. Like, you know? But even then, I feel like I'm going to love them. Yeah, because it's like they done did so much for me. If they disown me, I had to do something. Plus, I always looked at people like this. I know girls who done did 10 years, 15 years. I know girls who's never coming home. Ever. They never coming home. And they at least have one person. If you're in jail or even in the streets and you don't have one person you could call, it's not them, it's you. It's something you're doing wrong. What did you do to fuck up all those relationships?
To burn all those bridges.
And yes, and what did you... See, it's like this. Even with me, I had a situation where, I was sleeping out my car and stuff like that. I had people I could call, but it was my pride that fucked me up for me not calling my mother or me not calling my father, my aunts, my cousins, my sisters. Like, it was me. It was my pride. It wasn't nobody I couldn't call.
So would you do... So today, you know what I'm saying? Because things change literally day to day. Mm-hmm. Would you do things the same way today? Or would you take advantage of some of those relationships and ask for the help that you literally needed?
No.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't. I would do it all over again.
Okay.
It made me super stronger and it made me get over the relationship that I was in, like, faster. If I had that people to comfort me in that safety net, I don't think I would have got over it. Like, you understand completely. I would have been shielded. I would have been shielded. I would have been on my mom's tits. Like, I would have been on my mom's tits. So it's just like, I'd have just been like, okay, I'm good, I'm safe. But for me, knowing like, okay, no, bitch, you don't know when is the next time you're gonna eat. You don't know where you're gonna live. It made me grind harder. Like, I grind so much harder when my back is against the wall. Like, I always feel like I grind harder when I'm not in a relationship also. Like, you understand? That's how some people is. They grind harder when they're not with somebody because it's like, I gotta get to it. I gotta get to it. Like,
the responsibility is all on them.
It's all on me. Like, you understand? Like, I don't know if this nigga gonna pay half. I don't know. What's... So I gotta get it. So it's
a lot of people have trouble with that space though, right? Because it gets tricky. It's almost like a fight or flight type thing. And to me, that comes back to your instinct and like who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. So have you always been the type of person who, when it came to fight or flight, you were about to fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah,
like
I always been that person.
When it comes time to that decision, I'm always going to choose to fight.
Yeah, I'm always going to choose to fight.
Because at least I
Win,
have
lose,
a chance.
or draw. Yeah.
At least I have a chance at coming out on the good end of things. If you give up, I just...
It's like, for a fact that it's like you just took the losing time.
But
like,
But I also, and I think it's important that we share that's not easy for everybody to do. You know how important mental health is. And a lot of people can't always choose the option of mustering up the strength to fight. So, like, what is it? I know it comes natural for you, but like, how do you? Is there anything you feel like you could share with the thousands and thousands of women that are listening to this that can encourage them to like be strong in that moment when you got to make a decision? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so give me a scenario.
You give me one. Like, when is the last time you felt like fight or flight decision-wise? Like, I'm going to decide to be mentally strong. Let's talk about that shit when you were locked down and the motherfuckers was starving you and shit, and you decided to be strong enough to fuck the instinct of wanting to eat this shit. You were determined only to eat things that you knew were safe, which meant that you would only eat things that you could peel, which made your options few. Most bitches would have folded and ate whatever.
I don't think anybody would have sat here and ate something that they see as
you don't think you would have, but the motherfuckers spitting that food for a reason because other motherfuckers weren't strong enough not to eat that. That's a
one thing that happened, and just to be clear, because I've been hearing that there's a lot of bitches who be like, oh, she never went through that in jail. I was there with her.
How was you there? Gonna be with somebody in the hall?
That's what I just want to make this clear, that this was in the box in FDC Philly. You feel me? When this this didn't happen in the other facilities that I was in. This was FDC Philly for y'all bald-headed bitches that got my name in your mouth.
You literally said
fight,
the box.
Pop out. So the box. In the box, I think first thing first, it was my pride.
Okay.
My pride was like, y'all not going to do this to me. Like, you feel me? Because I know for a fact, y'all want to even talk to me or even be able to sit next to me in the street. Yep. You feel me? So y'all not going to do this to me. That's one thing. I think it was really like my pride. Also, I always feel like people feel they have rights in jail. Mm-hmm. You have no rights in jail. I don't know if y'all can hear me. You have no rights in jail at all. Everything. You know how people be like, oh, well, I have rights. No, you have no rights. You're a fucking inmate. You feel me? Or you're a convict, whatever you are, that's what you are. Like, you understand? Like, you have no rights, and the people who come see you have no rights. Your visitors have no rights. They're going to tell your visitors when to sit, where to sit, what to wear, what to eat, when to leave, when to come in. You understand? They have no rights. You have no rights, and the visitors have no rights. That's one thing you have to understand and be clear. I don't give a fuck if a CEO is cursing out your mom. You have no rights. And then on top of it, I felt like I had no rights. I felt like I did my crime. I wasn't wrongly convicted. You understand? What they said I did, I fucking did that shit.
You weren't even tripping on that part.
I did that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, everything to me was just funny in the box. Like, it was really funny because it's like, y'all mad. You understand? The only way for you to physically, as a human being, spit in somebody else's food and give it to them is out of upsetness. Like, you're upset. Think about it. I upset you and I don't even know you.
Yeah.
I upset you. I never even had a conversation with you.
Yeah.
I upset you because of who my fucking friends are that don't even know you, who never heard of you, would never meet you. Mm-hmm. It was funny to me. At the end of the day, I'm not going to die. And I don't have life. I'm coming home, boo-boo. And I'm going to come home and live my best fucking life. So that's just how my mental was. Like, you know, like, I'm coming home. I'm going to live my best life. If I got to live on a banana a day, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. I used to eat half of it in the morning, half in the lunch, you know, and just hoping, because, you know, sometimes they could have gave me an apple for lunch. I'm not eating that apple. You probably fucking rub that shit in between your butt cheeks. I don't fucking know. Like, you feel me? I'm not eating that apple. Anything I can't peel, I'm not eating.
You didn't even have water to wash it.
Sometimes I have water, but it was 2 times that they cut off my water. Mm-hmm. But other than that's because I was popping bad shit. You know, like,
okay.
I was popping bad shit. I was cursing them out. They was bozos. Fuck out of here. Y'all motherfuckers is broke. So they felt like, all right, bitch, well, you ain't gonna drink for some days. Then you ain't gonna shower since we broke. And
I guess they said if we thirsty, we all finna be thirsty.
Yeah, like, you understand? I know why they did it. Like, you feel me? They did it because I was cursing that ass out. Not saying that that's a right reason to do it, but I know why the fuck they did it. It's okay, though. They could suck my dick.
Okay.
Well, I wish I remember their names so I could, like, tell each of them to suck my dick.
I wish you could, too, because you know if it's any way they listening, they are.
I just remember one of them I used to call Country. And he was so mad that he was in the army at one point in time and then had to work as a CO. And I remember him.
Why'd you call him Country, Star?
Because his accent
was country.
Yeah, it was country as fuck. And then it was a bitch that I used to call Mariah Lynn.
Why?
Because she looked like Mariah Lynn. Uh-huh. And she used to try to act black. Uh-huh. So I used to be like, oh, yeah, she reminded me of Mariah Lynn. But Mariah Lynn is so much prettier than her. Okay. But just like, because she was skinny, short, the same type of hair, eyes, and everything like that. And one day I called her and she was like, who's that? I'm going to Google it.
Right.
bitch, how the fuck you don't know who that is? Like, you know, like you live under you live under a rock. Like, how the fuck you don't know who Mariah Lynn is? Like,
so who else?
I just remember, I don't even remember their motherfucking names because I didn't want to talk to them. Like, you understand? There's nothing to talk about, like, at all. Like, the most I used to be like is, could I get a book? Like, you know, but then my mom used to send me books. So when I used to get books in the mail all the time. So,
okay. So they never did they fuck with your mail ever?
They didn't fuck with my mail in FDC Philly, but they definitely fucked with my mail in Danbury. Damn, I wish I remembered the motherfucker's name. My jail mom remembers that motherfucking name. But they definitely fucked with my mail in Danbury, my calls. You know, used to hang up my calls anytime they heard me on the phone with certain friends like Lala, Anthony, or Remy Ma, or Cardi B. They'd hang up. Like, they'd hang up right in the middle. And that used to piss me off because now I got to wait a whole nother 15 minutes. You understand? And sometimes, just like what a lot of people don't realize, sometimes Cardi can't speak to what she's speaking about to me to other people. You understand?
Naturally,
like she wants to only speak to me, or Remy wants to only speak to me about this certain situation. So it's like, why the fuck would y'all hang up knowing that we're discussing something mad important that y'all nosy asses is listening
That's
to
what
anyway?
It is right there.
Y'all listening to the conversations anyway, so just listen to that shit. They used to even steal her number and call her from their own phones. Like, weirdo shit. Like, very really weirdo shit. Like, how you stealing people's numbers? One day, one of the person who like teaches GED, he wanted me to send in my diploma, and I'm like, well, it's verified. Like, it's been verified with, you know, the BOP and the PO and everything is verified. He gave me a hard time. I had to have my mom go to Board of Education, everything get crazy just to send my diploma to him. Right? Cool. So I don't have to take GED classes.
Yeah.
Why, once this motherfucker finds out, oh, Cardi's my friend, the motherfucker's gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, could you have her come up here and speak? No, fuck you, and fuck these bitches that's graduating. I don't give a fuck about them or you.
I'm in jail.
Fuck jail. Fuck this prison system. You just gave me a hard time. Now, because you found out who my friend is, you need a favor from me?
Right.
Hug these nuts,
like boo-boo. That shit didn't just happen.
Hug these nuts, boo-boo. I was like, get the fuck out of here, suck my dick and hug my nuts with your stupid ass toupee. And you know what the nigga said? Oh, it's okay when Beyonce wears one. I swear to God, he tried to come for Beyonce. I wanted to fight him. I wanted to take his head off. Like, Beyonce doesn't even wear a toupee, dickhead.
That's really weird.
And he drove like a car that was from like the Batmobile or something. Like, it was like so old and like it looked like the Batmobile. So he
was just weird all the way around.
He was a fucking weirdo that wore a toupee and thought that just because my friend is my friend, I was gonna sit there and ask her to come speak to these. I don't give a fuck about these bitches.
Would never ask.
I'm in jail by myself.
Be here. Why would I ask somebody to come up here?
I'm in jail by myself. I tell that all the time. I'm in jail by my fucking self. I did my crime by myself. I'm in jail by myself. I have no co-defendants. I have no fucking friends in here. I'm here dolly.
So, okay, because I just feel like we can keep talking about this shit forever. But I just love hearing your insight about, like, time that you spend on lock. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I wanted to really talk about?
What?
Okay, so I call people bums a lot, right?
Okay.
And I think people be getting it misconstrued when I'm calling somebody a bum. I'm not even talking about their money.
Oh, so we get a bum definition today.
Yo, listen, I hate people to have a bum way of thinking.
So what's the official definition of being a bum?
It's not even, I don't really have a definition, but I just hate people who have a bum mentality.
What's a bum mentality?
Like a person that you see
just doesn't recognize. Like, what's really a bum? Give me an example of some bum behavior, bum bitch behavior, bum nigga behavior. Give me an example. What is it that you hate the most? When is the last time somebody was acting bummy?
I wish you would have asked me to give you this because it's gonna take me a minute to think of it.
You got all the minutes. It's your shit.
Like, damn, like it's gonna take me a minute to think of it. But it's like, for instance, you could have money in your pocket but have a bum way of thinking. Like, you know, you just wanna steal this or you just wanna act like this. Like, why you acting rowdy and like, or like just rat shit,
bum shit,
like a bum, like, you know, like just I don't even
like somebody who ain't got shit to lose.
It's just like I just feel like some people just be having a bum way of thinking, and I hate a bum way of thinking. Like, I don't give a fuck how much money you got. Like, you're just a bum. Like, just the thoughts that come to your head is like, only bums think like that. Yeah. Only bums move like that. Like, why are you moving like that? Get your life together.
Yeah. I hate bum ways of thinking too. So what made you want to speak on that this week? You wanted to clear that up for people who didn't understand what you meant when you said that shit.
No, I just was thinking about, bums. I just was thinking about bums, and I was just like, these bitches is bums.
Right.
And it's not even about the way, like, Okay, for instance, I feel like a bum way of thinking is relying on a nigga. Like, you understand? Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like if I'm with you, motherfucker, you better pay for this, this, and this, but I'm never going to rely. My stomach is never going to be hungry waiting on you.
So you like, specifically talking about in relationships, like being reliant and dependent on somebody else.
I had a friend that when we went somewhere, she didn't want to go into the club until some niggas came that was going to pay for us to get in. Are you dumb? I'm not waiting no hour outside just so that people could pay for, us to get it. That's a bum way of thinking. Like, that's some bum shit. Or I'm gonna go with these niggas because I know they gonna pay for it. I don't think like that, because at the end of the day, I got mines, boo-boo. Like, you feel me? Like, I just hate, you gonna be hungry because I ain't gonna starve over here. Like, you wailing. Like, I don't rely on no nigga for nothing. I don't rely on no bitch for just a bum way of thinking. Like, for instance, like how I said, I don't know if I mentioned it before. Like, for instance, if, like, with Cardi, everybody feels like I'm obligated to her money. How am I? That's a bum way of thinking, to feel that I'm obligated
her money.
to her money that she made on her own, that shows that she did, songs that she recorded. You understand?
Yeah,
I didn't write them shit.
However,
that's her money. How? And it's like, okay, so since I'm getting my own bag, is a problem. But guess what? If I was touching her bag, it would be a problem also. Oh, I'm a worthless friend. I'm a gold digger. I'm only after Cardi's money. But because I'm doing what I got to do, regardless of what it is, because I ain't selling pussy. So regardless of what I'm doing to get my bread, what is it? What's the problem? That's a bum way of thinking for me to feel like I'm entitled to somebody else's.
I think people are really intrigued by the fact that you're best friends with a superstar. I think people are intrigued by that, and I think that they show it in really weird ways.
It's so crazy. I used to want to say that I'm not her friend.
Yeah, I told her, shut it down.
I told her that, I really wanted to go on Instagram and like have an argument with each other and act like we're not friends.
Wouldn't nobody believe that shit? You're right. Y'all niggas would have started laughing halfway through anyway.
Just so we could sit there and be like, we're not friends, just so people could like
relax,
leave me alone. Like, you understand? Like, I don't even look at her as that much of a superstar. Like, that's still my friend. You feel me? She doesn't act no different.
She just got a really cool job.
Yes, even Remy Ma doesn't act no different. Lala doesn't act no different. They don't act no different. And the thing is, why is that the only friend that y'all mentioned that I have in the industry? I have a whole lot of friends.
I also think,
and I didn't meet them from Cardi.
It says a lot that speaks to your former point about having a bum bitch mentality, right? You surround yourself around people who are clearly themselves, you know what I'm saying, and who have showed enough ambition and drive to arrive at certain points of success. And the fact that you have multiple, because let's keep it real, like a lot of people don't have friends who are famous. A lot of people don't have friends who are celebrities, and it don't mean shit to you. It don't mean shit to me.
I just feel like they're bums. Like, for you to think that because you have a friend who's a millionaire, that she's supposed to buy you a Porsche or a Benz or a Bentley.
It don't work like
you're
that.
You're a bum.
Yeah.
You're a bum, bitch. Like, get your own. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why do you feel like because she has that much she has to do? I have my own. Why would she need to?
Always have. But I think that it speaks, though, the fact that you have more than one friend who's successful in that way, in a way where people would assume that they owe you something. You get what I'm saying? The fact that you have multiple people in your life who have had those sort of accomplishments, it kind of speaks to how you look at yourself in the rooms and spaces, the positions that you even view yourself in, which speaks to not having a bum bitch mentality. You're not even thinking, you don't move that way.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like
that's
I'm entitled
why they
to
feel
anything.
so comfortable being in a close friendship with you, because they're clear on your intention.
Yo, bro, I was with Remy yesterday, right?
Yeah, shout out to Remy Ma.
Yes, shout out to Remy Ma. I was with Remy Ma yesterday.
My favorite Remy Ma song is "She's Gone" off the first album.
I was with Remy Ma, my cousin.
You know, sidebar.
Listen, so everybody,
they think y'all niggas
yes,
is
they think
twins,
we're really related.
Star.
Yes. I tell her about it all the time. First of all, I don't know why people think that when I mentioned I didn't even know her and she was putting money in my books and was the first person that ever put money in my books. Yeah. But whatever. If that's what y'all say,
they think y'all look alike.
I do feel we do have certain features. Like, we do look alike when it comes to features. I do call her my twin. So for everybody who feels like we're cousins or we're related, fuck it. Since y'all are always right.
Fuck it, yeah.
And y'all never wrong.
Take that,
you feel me, and run with it. We are definitely cousins. Fuck that.
Right. So you was with her?
I want to make sure I get some cousin benefits. But I was with her and we stopped at like Home Goods, and then we stopped at like
I love Home Goods.
We stopped at Wingstop.
I don't give a fuck.
Shout out to this bum ass bitch that was working in Wingstop on Pelman Bay. This was, it got us so aggy. Me and Remy was so fucking aggy. The bitch was filling up the ice machine, and she literally took her bare hand, and swiped some of the ice that was on top of the machine into the machine. So not only was it dirty from the top of the machine, but it was dirty from your hand, because all you were doing all day is collecting money, and money is dirty. You understand? And then you wonder why bitches be getting bum bumps.
And
they get bum bumps from
doing,
eating
you
this ice.
You weren't supposed to touch that ice that I got a drink out of.
Yeah,
what
so
the fuck is wrong with
we
you?
didn't get the ice, and we cursed her out, and we told the manager.
Yeah.
Like, you understand? So we didn't get the ice, but the thing is the simple fact that even with the food, I'm trying to pay her back for buying my Wingstop wings, and she's looking at me like, bitch, are you dumb? Like, we argue over things like that. Like, me and all my friends, I don't give a fuck if you have money. I have money too. Yeah, you got more, but so fucking what? I got more ass. Like, you understand? Like, what? So what? Like, like, okay, you got this, but I got more of this. Like, like, it doesn't matter. There's no competition. I feel like my only competition is myself. Like,
but you're not friends with these people because of their resources.
No, I don't give a fuck about what you got. And I feel like maybe I be telling my manager, like, yo, maybe I done fucked up, because there's a lot of celebrities that I done cursed the fuck out. Maybe I done ruined my chances. I ain't never think I was gonna be in any type of industry or doing a podcast. So I didn't feel I ever needed y'all motherfuckers. So fuck you, hug my nuts, suck dick.
But the thing is, Star, you don't need them for this either. And
I definitely don't need them. But
that's
it would
your advantage, because people want you.
Yeah, I don't need them, but I would want them probably. And it's like now
not
I
the
probably
ones you
can't
cussed out.
I cussed out some good ones.
Well, maybe, well, you know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was going through something. I was on my period. You got to blame everything on your period as a girl. I was on my period.
Can't nobody argue with a period.
Listen, I was on my fucking period. I was PMSing. I was bleeding like a bitch. I'm a lie. Like, you feel me? If I got to lie, I'm a lie. Like, it is what it is. But I dead cursed out a lot of good ones.
So speaking of friends, right, on to lighter things. So speaking of friends, your best friend Cardi performed at Made in America this past weekend, right?
Okay, so let me tell you about this.
I saw y'all lamping backstage and on the stage. Yeah.
When I went to jail, Cardi was just becoming popular in a way. So I never seen her perform in like a big crowd like that.
So this was your first time?
This was my first time seeing her perform in a crowd like this. When I say
that's so dope,
my pussy was so wet, it was dripping to my ass crack. Like, I was so happy for her. Like, my nipples was, hard.
Jolly Ranchers.
Listen, I was so happy for her, because it's like she's really performing. Like, not only is she just rapping, she's actually performing. She's being an artist. She's giving a show.
Yeah,
she's dancing. She's choreographers.
Yeah.
Like, you understand? She has a whole bunch of dancers behind her. I remember it was two little dancers that couldn't even really dance like that before. Like, we was doing these little audiences of probably like 100 people, 200 people. The max probably was like 400.
Yeah.
I never seen something like this. And to see everybody like live and direct, shine the camera lights on their phone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's like unreal,
fucking
right?
beautiful. And then for her to she's a dancer, but not a dancer. Mm-hmm. So for her to learn these dance moves, it's like, oh shit, okay, friend.
I remember when she performed, was it Press? I think it was Press. She had, because her and Offset did Cloud, and then she did Press. I can't remember what award ceremony was, but it was recent. Maybe it was the BET
I think
Awards.
it was the BET.
Yeah, but they both had elements of choreography in their performance.
Yes.
And as rappers, that's kind of rare, so it was really dope that they thought about that.
Was I in jail? I know she performed a good. No. I wasn't in jail for that one. I was out for that one, but it was another performance that she performed, and I think it was the BET Awards where she had the black outfit and the wings came up.
Yes. I think that was that the Grammys.
It was something important.
I think that was the Grammys,
and I think she was singing.
That
Money.
was the Grammys. Yeah, that was Money at the Grammys.
Listen, let me tell you. Mind you, I got out the box for. After 4 months, they let me out the box. I was out the box for 2 weeks before I ended up getting into something else and getting back shipped to the box for the last month. I was on top of the tables downstairs
rooting
watching
for your
this
friend.
shit. Yo,
what a full circle moment to then be on stage watching
her and seeing the love. Like, it's just a simple fact of seeing how much people really loves her, and it's like, yo, like,
that's amazing.
Listen, I'm not gonna even hold you. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel, because you know how I feel about people feeling like you can't dick ride your friends.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest dick rider when it comes to my friends.
Yeah.
Nobody in this world that I know deserves that more than her.
Damn.
Nobody and I know in this world that I done seen cry and be hurt and be taken advantage. I've been taken advantage of. She been taken advantage 10 times as much as me.
Yeah.
You understand? By relationships, by family, by friends, by loved one. You know, like, so it's like, nah, like, she deserves that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like, I'm taking an army down for my friend. Like, you got me fucked up. Nobody deserves that more than her. Like, I was so happy, especially because her security, me and him was real cool. He took me to the front. Yeah. So I was able to see her from the front view.
Dope.
And it was my fucking friend. I wanted to run out there and be like, press. Like, I wanted to dance out there too, like, but I was dancing on the side. But even seeing her climb up.
Yeah, I was nervous. I saw that shit. Yeah.
My friend. Oh my God.
Yeah. And she got up there and wore press out.
Yes.
But I also saw, naturally people who are fans of Cardi B, they understand that you guys are best friends. So they were really happy to see you too.
Yeah, like when I was
saw you getting love, boo.
I was nervous. I was scared as fuck. I ran.
I seen you in that all white.
Listen, yeah, but I ran to Alex.
I was like, who wear all white to a festival?
My manager Alex is like my comfort zone. Like, like I gotta run under her. Like, hide me, get me, save me. So I came out and I was coming out because the choreographer was showing me like, oh, we could stand here and we could be able to see her, but we're not gonna be able to see her until like her third song. And I'm like, her third song? No, I want to see her.
All this
shit. I don't want to
wait
until the third song to be able to see my friend. Like, you know. So I was walking on the bottom half, like towards like where we were supposed to go stand to see if we could see her or not. And the whole crowd just started yelling out, "Star!" And I'm like, ah! But
Superstar Brim, nigga.
Yeah, but I be nervous as fuck though too, because I know that I be having like the craziest faces on, like, so it's like I don't be wanting people to snap pictures with me and my face probably be like, or, like I be having the nervous face, and I call it my monkey face.
Your monkey face.
Yes, I call it my monkey face because I feel like I look like a little monkey.
You don't, first of all.
I do look like a little monkey. I have the monkey face.
You don't look nothing like no damn monkey. I don't
later
give a fuck what you talking
of the
about.
Little. I look like a chimp. I look like Curious George.
No, you don't. And I fuck with Curious George. He a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he just wanted to know.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to know.
Listen, I fucks with him, but I look like him sometimes.
You
I'm
don't,
not
and I don't even want to hear that shit.
Look at this face.
No,
that's
I'm not.
The face.
First of all, that ain't even how you look. You making that.
But I make that face, and that's the face people catch, especially when I'm chewing gum, and you got that gum face where you like,
yeah,
your lips are stuck right there.
I feel you. I totally get it.
I
totally get it. But you don't look like that, and I think people like the fact that you smile. That's why they be like, "Star, can we take a picture?"
I was just super, super nervous, but I was super happy for her because she deserves that shit, and I was excited to see her because this is my first time actually seeing, her live in front of all this audience.
Did y'all have a moment after she finished performing where you was like, "Girl, like you did that shit"?
Okay. So she was so nervous. Everybody doesn't know that she was nervous, so she kept saying, "Oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous." And I'm like, "Girl, you got this. Don't worry about it." Like, she always says she's nervous. It could be 100 people, and she's like, "I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous." Yeah, she'd be like, "I'm so scared. I'm so scared. What about if they don't like me?" And it's like, what? Like, I don't think anybody knows like her. Like, she doesn't know her stardom yet. Like, I feel like she doesn't know that she's a celebrity. She doesn't realize it. Like, she doesn't realize that, bitch, you're loved. Like, there's a lot of people who fucks with
worldwide
you in this world. She doesn't get it yet. That there's a whole bunch of people.
You don't get it either, but we're gonna work on it.
She sees so much probably negative that she doesn't watch the positive, that she doesn't realize, like, yo, there's a lot of people who fucks with you. Shut up.
That's why y'all best friends. Y'all got that shit in common.
Fucks with you. Like, you're bugging the fuck out. So when she got off, I got in the car and I'm like, yo, bitch, you killed it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I did. I'm like, yes, bitch, you did. Like, you killed it. You just fucking killed it. Like, you did your fucking thing, bitch. Yeah. Tell me you love me. That's
a huge friendship moment, though. And the fact that you was home, I know she was probably really excited to have you there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I was
for them moments. You helped her be comfortable.
I was more excited for her. Like, I was just like, yo, like, because, she's been doing this where she's a whole, arenas and stuff. I haven't seen it. So it was my first time seeing a big crowd. And I was just like, yo, like, she's really putting on a show. Like, I'm not used to the dancing. I'm not used to, her really performing and, singing.
Yeah.
Like, she just be singing. And she has a good voice. She has a good singing voice. So just singing and stuff like that, I'm definitely not used to this at all, but I'm so proud of her.
I'm so proud of her too, and I think it's dope that you got that.
I know you went out there, and you went out there Sunday, and you went out there with the good day, because the only artist that was popping on Saturday was Cardi's. I don't give a fuck. That's the only artist.
Shit.
Listen, she was the headline. That she was the only person that I felt like I wanted to see. But on Sunday, it was the baby, it was Lizzo, it was Meg Thee Stallion, Travis Scott. It was so much people that it's like, yo, they had to put my friend on a Saturday because she made that day
by herself.
By
she
her
needed
day.
that space.
Because the next day is lit as fuck.
Made in America is a dope festival. You know what? Like, you're right. It was a hell of a lineup on Sunday.
You know, the first time we met Beyonce and Jay-Z was at Made in America.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Like,
yeah.
And I wasn't supposed to record because the security was like, don't record. But you know, I'm a real bitch.
Brim shit.
And I'm a real fucking friend.
Brim shit.
So I was recording on the motherfucking low. You ain't gonna tell
shit.
me not to record my motherfucking friend meeting Beyonce. You got me fucked up.
Yep.
I'm gonna need her to remember this for the rest of her life. So everybody's like, no recording, no recording. So the whole time I'm there still recording. So when we get in the car, I pass the phone to her like, look. She's like, oh my God, how did you get it? And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm a real bitch. That's why, you know what I'm saying?
But that love was real because I remember seeing pictures of them having that exchange.
Yes.
You could see it on both their faces. Like,
first of all, for them to come all the way to that stage, which it wasn't the biggest stage at that time. You know, this is when she was just starting out. And for them to come, and I remember Beyonce like, yo, like, you're going to make it. That's exactly what she said. She was like, you're going to make it. You're going to make it real far. And like, Beyonce and Jay-Z came personally to watch her. Just like I heard they came to see Lizzo perform. Yeah. You understand? Like they sideline. They personally came on the side backstage and was watching Cardi like they just watched Lizzo. Like it's like
that's one
right
of the things we love about Beyonce and Jay-Z though.
Yes,
you know what
they
I'm saying?
just so humble and real, and
you know her birthday is coming up in a couple of days too.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a Virgo, right?
Word up.
My father's birthday is coming up. I like Virgos though.
Happy birthday to your dad then.
Yes, happy birthday to my dad.
So in other celebrity news, because you know we got to touch on that shit just a little bit. And then we're going to get to something I think is really exciting, which is your new segment. No, I'm definitely not talking about R. Kelly.
Oh, I want us to talk about R. Kelly.
We can. You can talk about R. Kelly if you want to.
Okay, so R. Kelly is asking to be placed in general population after originally requesting to be in solitary confinement.
He tired of being alone.
Duh. No. He's tired of that fucking the way they treat you in there. You only get one shower every 3 days.
We know he likes showers. Clear and golden.
Like, you know, like I knew it was gonna get to him because at the end of the day, you get no contact, you get no phone calls, you get one phone call a month for 15 minutes.
You know he can't read too, so he probably don't even know which numbers to dial. He can't read? No, literally. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like he can't read.
You're lying.
I'm not.
So how does he play? Wait, so he just plays the piano and he doesn't like he
you
never.
Know, you can be taught by ear. You know what I'm saying? There's different ways that you can understand without.
So
reading
he never wrote none of his songs out, even when he writes for people.
He cannot read, and he has difficulty reading and writing. So sometimes you can understand the words without, having the ability to be literate.
Of course. I just never knew that R. Kelly couldn't read or write or anything like that. You learn a lot.
I found that out recently too, as the things have been coming out with the different investigations and charges and shit. But he can't read and write.
But I knew he wasn't gonna be able to make it because I know in there like that's rough. Like you understand, especially for a guy like him, you can't get no snacks, you can't get none of that. Like so, I knew like.
In addition to the fact that there were underage girls involved, and I know you could probably tell me more about this, but I know that in jail, amongst like jail culture, when you fuck with kids, you know what I'm saying?
It's lit for your ass. Yeah. Like even for the females, but the thing is too, it's scary because you could be hit with a hate crime, So in the men's facility, they not telling as much, but in the female facility, if you smack a chomo, which we call chomos, we call them chomos, the girls who touch little kids or have any type of sex crimes with kids and stuff like that. They will run and tell. Like, you understand? And when they run and tell, it's like, damn, you could get hit with a whole nother crime, which is a hate crime. That's a whole nother felony. Yeah. But in the guys' facility, they don't tell that much. And even in the girls, you're still going to get fucked up. You're still going to get picked on. Like, you understand?
Somebody going to take that.
Yeah, somebody's going to sit there and do that because they have kids or it might affect them in a certain way. They probably have kids who've been touched or kids that been touched while they was sitting in there. Like, you understand?
Honestly,
if I'm in jail for 5 years or 10 years and I found out that my kid got touched out there or something like that, I'm going to always have some type of hatred for people who touch kids.
Absolutely.
So, like...
And just on the level of humanity.
Let that man go to General Pop. You heard?
So
he gonna be all right.
I think it's important too, especially, and you can speak to this more as being somebody who was away. Like that shows the humanity and the morality of people who are locked down. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're facing a bid or you're dealing with a consequence of some choice you made, it don't mean you're inhumane and you don't have
like
general
you still
morals
have,
and shit.
You definitely still have morals. You're still a human being.
Yeah.
Like you understand? I don't think there's anybody in this world, I don't give a fuck what color you are. You could be purple. That haven't did something wrong. They just didn't get caught. You understand? Maybe you wasn't doing something wrong more than once. Probably did it just one time, but everybody has done something wrong. Like it's not one human being who hasn't did something that they know, damn, Absolutely. I'm not supposed to do. Like, come on now. Like,
and I think that also there's a lot of people who literally have a feeling in their bodies when they hear about kids being fucked with or compromised in any way.
Me, I'm the type of person I don't even. I could have beef with you. I would never talk about your kid.
No,
like I don't. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not the kid type of person to be talking about kids and involving kids.
I talk about the way you comb her hair. You know what I'm saying? I will talk about your daughter's hair in the back.
Oh my god!
But you know what I'm saying? No. As far as like violating a kid, that come on, like
I don't talk about people's kids. Like remember, I told you I feel like only people who I feel nobody should be locked up except for people who touch kids, people who rape people, and serial killers
and Republicans.
Republicans. But besides those are the only people that I feel should be in jail. Other than that, I don't feel, I personally, that's just my opinion. I don't feel a person who killed the person should be in jail. Or, people who do like sell drugs. I don't feel that way. But I do
there's
feel
alternatives.
Yes, I definitely don't feel that people who are like, I just don't feel that way. Especially because it's so much other ways. They say that when you come home, you're supposed to go into like programs and stuff to, readapt and get yourself back into society. Yeah. And that's a lie. They don't have those for us. They didn't put me in no program. The only thing that I have to do is go to a mental health evaluation every week because judge ordered it. And it has nothing to do with rehabilitation. You understand? Yeah. It has nothing to do with trying to get me back into society.
It has nothing.
I remember when I first, I like working. I like a job. I want to have a job. And
I remember at work right now.
Yes, but I like having a job. Like, like I wanted a job when I first came home. So I always had a job and scammed at the same time. So I still want a job. So I used to ask the person that's counselors and stuff like, yo, where's they hiring? Who's hiring? I need a job that's like in the back of the house so that, while I'm working, cameras is just not in my face and people constantly want to take pictures and stuff that because I'm at my work right now. I'm at my job, so I'm not going to be able to do that. None of them could help me with anything. They couldn't help me with nothing. I'm in the halfway house with no ability for phones. You're not allowed to have a smartphone. So that means where am I supposed to fill out an application? The room that's supposed to have computers, none of the computers are working.
Damn.
So where am I supposed to fill out an application? There's no more walk into stores and fill it out by hand no more. No. This is 2019. Everything is electronic. Everything is done on a computer. So now y'all basically just setting me up to fail because if I was a drug dealer, I would want to go back and just sell drugs. You understand? Like if I wasn't changed and mentally feeling like, you know what? I don't want to scam no more. That's something that I, did in my past. I don't want to do this. Then I would have went home and did the same thing if I didn't have that mentality because it's like y'all forcing my hand to. Y'all not helping me. Y'all not giving me no type of help. No type of resources. I'm a human being at the end of the day. I'm not a robot. I need help.
Have you thought about maybe identifying some things that could be put in place, maybe systems, processes, whatever, that could be put in place to kind of ease that transition for people who are, post-release? Maybe some sort of system. Do you have ideas that you could share?
I have a few ideas. I have different ideas. Like I feel like
don't tell them now because that's money.
Oh,
but
okay.
You do have ideas.
Yes, I do have ideas. Yeah. I was about to let y'all know the motherfucking money. Thank you for having my back. That's why he gonna get 20% because he had my back. I was about to let y'all hoes know. See, you know why? You know what? You're absolutely right. Remember how I told them I can't give them the recipe for these edges?
Yeah.
I can't give them the recipe for certain things. I just can't let them know.
You can't. One
thing I also wanted to bring up though, I wanted to bring up the Black China situation. I feel, do you know the situation?
So let's clear it up for people who don't know the situation. What is the Black China situation?
Okay, the situation is, I feel like a lot of people feel I leaked Black China's sex video.
Really?
Whatever that video was, because it wasn't a sex video, it was her licking the dick like a lollipop, which was whack to me. But basically, I reposted it. Just like everybody else was doing. Everybody on Instagram is reposting
so you
Every
saw
single
it and
person.
Then you reposted
I reposted it from a repost.
Yeah.
Like I reposted it and I basically was like, damn, Black China, like I don't have no issue. I didn't have no issue with her.
Right.
Okay, so I'm like, damn, Black China, like I thought you would be doing, a good job, like sloppy toppy, like you feel me? So I'm just like, the fuck, I'm disappointed. Like, what kind of shit is this? So I reposted it and everybody and their mother, because of who I'm associated with, always.
They ran with that shit.
Oh yeah, Cardi's friend is reposted. It's leaked her video. Cardi B leaked. I didn't leak anything. I was not in the room with her sucking a dick and I was recording it. I wasn't the fucking camera guy recording her sucking dick.
The video wasn't in your camera roll.
It wasn't in my camera roll on my phone. It was, so there's no way I could have been leaked. Like that's why I couldn't be sued, because there's no way of me leaking it. For all I know, that bitch leaked it. Like the fuck, like the fuck.
But with the dick leaking,
with the dick leaking.
You're doing a good job at this ain't no sex podcast.
And the bitch blocked me for no fucking reason. I don't even understand why I was blocked. Yes, I'm blocked. Even now to this day, she has me blocked. And come on, I'm not.
Okay, so what the fuck you want to say?
I just want to make sure that does everybody Black China.
Let her know you didn't leak. I mean,
she knows I didn't leak it, but it's a simple fact. Why did you only block me? Like, did you block everybody who reposted that? Like, I just wanted to know, is it because I'm Cardi's friend that you blocked me? Like, what's the situation of why I'm blocked? And her fucking mother went and told the blogs that didn't know that the blogs was gonna come back to me. Told the blogs that she pressed me. No, the fuck you didn't, bitch.
What you mean she pressed
you?
She
confronted me.
Yeah.
That she pressed me. And like, so I confronted her.
Okay.
Because I know I didn't get confronted.
Okay.
So I pulled up in Mama's Tokyo's inbox.
Okay.
And was like, bitch, when the fuck did you press me? Like, when did you press me? She was like, Star, I don't have time for this. No, we're going to have time for this. You feel me? Like, we're going to have time for this because you did not fucking press me. And whenever you feel like you want to press me, drop the location. That was the old me. You understand? That was the old Star.
I understand. I definitely understand.
But I just still wanted to make the record clear that I did not leak her whack-ass dick-sucking video.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to put out there, since people feel not to listen to me, so I got to repeat myself a few times. No, I have never been a stripper. I worked at a strip club as a bartender. And there's nothing wrong with being a stripper, though, if I was a stripper, because a lot of the strippers I know have more money and more property and cars and things than y'all bitches who ain't stripping. So maybe y'all need to go strip.
That's the part I don't get. I think that we're
a lot of them be going to school, paying for them to go to school, or paying for their kids for a better education.
Like you just said, it's 2019.
What the fuck is wrong with being a stripper is what I don't get.
The perspective in the world, the lens has shifted at this point on people who strip professionally.
My father even owned a strip club.
There's nothing shameful about it.
My father owned a strip club.
I don't even feel personally like it's a moral issue anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like when people say, "Oh yeah, you was a stripper," or "You're a stripper," it's like they're trying to make it seem like it's something bad.
Yeah,
when it's like
they're trying to insult you by
you're not even telling me I'm selling my pussy. You're telling me, oh, you're a stripper, which I'm not. But what's wrong with strippers?
It's actually very athletic.
What's wrong with them?
It's I saw a tweet from a lady yesterday who said, like, she posted a video of a girl like with a really dope stripper routine, and she said, this is the reason why I'm not a stripper, because I don't have the athleticism, the balance. She was like, in the core strength. She was like, it ain't got a damn thing to do with morals. And that's what it's become. It's really performance art. So the shame thing, I really don't get.
Yeah, I don't understand why people, especially because
they attach shame.
I'm not owing nobody money, and I don't think no strippers owe anybody money. You understand? So
at all.
The bitch that I know that personally keeps saying that, the bear, you feel me? That so-called, was awakened when there's a wolf right here. Bitch, I don't owe nobody money though. I hope you catch that sub. I don't owe nobody money, and I don't feel anything is wrong with being a stripper. So now that we got that shit out the way, we got a special guest coming in. ASAP fucking Ferg is in the fucking building.
Word, ASAP gang.
I had to bring Harlem through.
Where you from, the Bronx?
Don't play with me.
Where you from, Harlem?
What?
Where you from?
Come on, stop disrespecting me. For real. Stop disrespecting me.
Where you from?
What you think?
Brooklyn. Yeah, the way you said
that. Say that shit with your fucking chest.
The way you said that just now.
Don't play with me.
I mean, your friend is from the Bronx, so she could have been from her hood.
She from the Bronx. That's not I ain't from there.
Excuse me.
So you from Brooklyn, you from Harlem.
And where you from?
I'm from Flint, Michigan, my nigga.
Oh, man.
How
did y'all meet each other?
We in here today. You know what I'm saying?
My manager.
Okay.
She put us together.
What's your manager name?
Alex.
Shout out to Alex.
Alex and Taxstone put us together.
I live here, but that's where I'm from.
Okay,
I've been
Flint,
in New York for like
Michigan.
9 years, yeah.
Okay, that's where all of that stuff was going down with the water and all of that.
Now and shit, yeah. It breaks my heart, my nigga. I be getting
Wait, it's still happening?
Right now.
Damn,
they ain't did shit. Shout out to Jaden Smith. He a real nigga, right. Surprisingly. You know what I'm saying? He real as fuck. That nigga, he's been doing like a huge effort. You know what I'm saying? Brought a water machine, a filtration system there that'll like generate huge amounts of water for people in the area. So
yeah, I seen the trucks that he had out there. But I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in to Keepin' It Bute. I got my first ever guest. Yeah. ASAP Ferg.
Wait, I'm the first.
You're the first ever.
Wow.
Ever.
See, that's how much love I got for you. I pulled up. I didn't even bother.
You definitely
I ain't
pulled
asked
up.
No questions. I was just like, yo.
You didn't give me no runaround. You just pulled the fuck up. Real
you told
nigga
me
shit.
You gonna put the dick beaters on.
Yeah, I ain't want to have to put these dick beaters on you because my shit's work. You feel me? I ain't trying to go back to the federal penitentiary.
What's putting the dick beaters on a nigga? Star, what that mean?
You know I beat dick with these, right?
Word.
These hands right here.
Word.
You know I be beating the dick with that.
So what you saying is it ain't
meaning
just
I don't
want to
have to.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to. Put them on you.
Some people might not be mad at that though.
But it depends, because I don't think you wanted me to beat your dick. You'd rather me, fill up on it, touch it. Yeah, like the way I said it kind of aggressively. Like, yeah, you did. I ain't say it sexually, you want me to put these dick beaters on you? I didn't say it like that. I was like, don't let me put these dick beaters on you.
Yeah, you brought the Brooklyn out.
I said it like that.
For sure.
Word. Well, that's what's up, my nigga. It's good to have you here and shit. I listened to some interviews, you know what I'm saying? I just hate the generic shit. Everybody asks you the same shit.
Yeah, facts.
We know about floor seats, you know what I'm saying? But what do you want niggas to know about floor seats that ain't nobody asked you yet? What you want them to know about what your recording process was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do this shit mean? Whatever you want niggas to know, let's get that shit out the way.
Yeah,
I'm getting blinded.
Floor seats, man, it's just my recording process is weird as fuck. Like, I'm not sure if a lot of artists do this, but like, I go in there and I basically mumble shit. And then, like, I'll hear how, like, it's basically like a puzzle to me. Like, I'll hear words in that mumble shit.
In that melody.
And then you'll put it together.
Exactly. And, like, I write better that way. Like, I used to write everything. Like, I used to write, like, 100 bars, like, crazy, like, no hooks. But then I started going into the booth and I just started, like, doing the mumble shit because my brain worked faster than my hand can actually write.
Yeah.
So I just want to get the feeling off.
When did you start doing that? Like,
I would have to say, like, probably like 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, man, that's weak as fuck going into the booth and freestyling songs. But I'm like, if you think about it, it's like kind of better because like you don't have to write. You literally can punch in or you can come up with melodies that you can't come up with if you wrote. Like my whole philosophy on it is like James Brown, right?
Yeah.
That nigga used to be going in the fucking booth and his shit was live. He used to be like, I got the feeling and all that.
Grunting
and screaming and grunting.
Uh-huh.
You can't write that shit down.
Nah. Yeah, you can't.
So it's like
that's literally a feeling. Yeah, that's what the nigga said he had.
Sometimes I'll come up with the melody and then like do ad-libs and shit within that melody. And tell them keep the ad-libs. I'm just gonna add the words in there, and that's how it comes off like real natural and a vibe.
That's dope, and that's important in hip hop. Hip hop is rooted in feelings and emotions, and being descriptive of that part of the human experience anyway. So to me, it's a natural evolution.
I think more so now than ever too, because it's like even artists like Young Thug, who like sometimes you may not get what he's saying off rip, but it's more of a feeling. Like the flow and shit just carries the song.
What inspires you to create?
Young Thug, Childish Gambino.
Not who. What?
Oh, who? Oh, what? Artists from all mediums, from art, like paintings and sculptures.
Yeah, hell yeah.
To fucking... Because I look at innovativeness and artists that's innovative in all realms. So, like, I'm looking at, like, Rothko and Picasso and how they went into a blue phase where they just started doing, like, everything in blue. And then, like, how Picasso went into, like, a sculpture phase. And it's like he studied, like, African mask and shit to, like, develop his style. So he pulled from different places for his art, and that's what I want to do.
I think it's dope that you had that approach, you know what I'm saying? And I think I've even heard you speak about how you apply that to your lifestyle as a black man. You've talked a lot about the evolution of Black Thought and how, not Black Thought, the rapper. Y'all know what the fuck I mean.
I mean, Black Thought is that dude.
He don't need no elevation. So, but you've talked about how you feel like black people should feel limitless in their potential and in their potential for success, especially. You want to talk more about that?
I was just watching an interview I did where I was talking about that. I think it was with Who Kid.
Yeah. Shout out to Who Kid.
You could watch your interviews?
I mean, it fucking like, it's like hearing like nails on a chalkboard when I watch it.
Yeah, I can't hear my voice.
Yeah, sometimes, but I just be wanting to know like if I'm like, because sometimes you be in a moment and like I be doing so much interviews sometimes, especially now with press, that you just want to make sure you making sense. so I'm like, all right, was my shit connecting or was I just fucking talking? Because sometimes you just be flowing.
I think my shit just be
And it may
make how you connect though.
It may make sense to me, but I want to know if I'm connecting with people and if they got what I was trying to say. And I was talking about that, like how black people definitely should expect for our greatness to, like, you know, we should expect to be great. I feel like black people, they just, we shun it a little bit. Like, we'll see somebody that made it and be like, oh, they had to do something to do this, or whatever the case may be.
Or they got help, or like they don't just give them credit.
First of all, everybody got help.
You need help.
Yeah, like I got a team. I would not be ASAP Ferg without my team at RCA and, you know, my creative people and like my friends and my community that helped me bring shit together. So we all get help. But the thing is, they just try to take credit away like you didn't put that work in. Yeah. Because we put that work in. You put your work in to get here. You put your work in to get here. Yeah. We all here for a reason. So I think we need to just get rid of that whole shit. It's like, you know, we can't be successful without like some bullshit being involved or whatever the case may be.
It's tricky when you speak about like the black community overall, right? Because today we've developed this sort of responsibility. It's an assumed responsibility that your statements, you know, weigh so much, and this is something that can now be judged or whatever. You already know how people have treated, or not treated, but how people have looked at the situation with A$AP Rocky, you know what I'm saying, and different comments that he had made in the past and shit. I know how important the family setting, like your team, you know, your niggas, the A$AP crew, I know how important that relationship and that bond is to you, and you speak often about how you want everybody to be successful. So I don't think you've gotten a chance to really speak about how you've encouraged him, you know what I'm saying, throughout this whole process. Why don't you speak about that?
I mean, like, Rocky can't talk to nobody else. Like, really, if you think about it, I'm the only one that really can relate to him that came from the sandbox with him.
And probably the only one he trusts. Like, I have friends where they're going to only trust you with certain information. So it's like, I'm not going to tell nobody else this. Like, he probably has so much trust in you that it's like, I refuse to talk to somebody else. They probably will understand it, but do I trust them? Like, no.
Hell no.
You don't trust them?
And it ain't like he ain't got no family members or like whatever, but like, it's only
different.
It's different. Like, we came from Harlem together. Like, we was going to boat rides and cookouts and dodging gunshots and shit together. And literally earned millions in wealth together to get to this point of actually reconditioning our mind to think different, to be able to talk to different people, to be able to go sit at these Dior dinner tables with the CEOs and shit like that, where like we go on to masquerade parties and shit like that. We from Harlem, for real Harlem, like MH cookouts, murder mook battles and shit like that. And now we like in Paris, like the first black faces at Dior dinner tables and shit.
I have a question. Besides him, like, off of him, is it hard to bring your day ones with you? Like, was it hard? Like, because it's like I have a lot of day ones, but a lot of them I feel like can't be with me, can't move with me because they don't have that mindset to want to be better. Like, I feel like a lot of them want me to just feed them. They not even trying to put no work. Y'all coming to the table with empty stomachs. Y'all don't even got a fork or a plate for me to put the food on.
You trying to provide opportunity.
Yeah, so it's like, was it hard for you? Is it hard for you? I don't know, like, if all your day ones, you know, is with you still.
I mean, my uncle is my security. My other uncle is my manager.
That's
my mom works with me.
I'm talking about
like,
day one.
Day one
friends.
Day one homies. Yeah, I definitely. They don't travel with me all the time, but I try to incorporate them in the business. And sometimes, like, what I encourage them to do is create your own position. Like, bring something to the table. Like, if you got an idea, I hate leaving my niggas behind. I'm like, yo, it's because the shit really lonely. When they say, yo, shit get lonely at the top, the shit is true because your ambitions and your drive may push you real far, but you leaving people that can't keep up. Yeah. So it's just like, when my homies, I heard that my homies like that I really like went to school with and art school and shit with, when I heard that they was in like LA working with Nike for about a month, I'm like, oh shit, I ain't got to pay for my niggas to come out. Like, y'all niggas could actually just pull up to the studio wherever I'm at and like take time off and, you know what I'm saying, we could link up and build. Like,
that's a great feeling. It's not really about the material experience.
It's great when it comes to something like that, where they have their mindset and you telling them like, yo, put yourself in a position. But when I feel like I have to put you in a position, I have to feed you, I have to walk you, that's too much for me to have to do.
You.
I don't got no kids. You feel me? I feel like I'm taking care of you. Like, I feel like I got to take care of you like you my child. I don't got no kids, well, I got to take care of you. Those are the type of people where I feel like I'm sorry, but you just can't be with me.
It'll bring you down quicker.
Trying to help
focusing on trying to find a solution.
Also, too, you could witness helping and becoming a crutch versus teaching them how to fish for themselves.
Absolutely.
Because I've done that too, where I feel like, I've helped friends and shit like that, and like was paying rent and just like doing shit that I wasn't doing for like my own family.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, like, am I crippling them? Is what I had to ask.
That's how I feel sometimes too, because I feel like, and half the time I'm doing stuff for y'all, but I remember sleeping out my car for 2 months and ain't nobody was there for me. I couldn't come to you for nothing, even if I probably wanted to. You don't even have $20 for me. Like, that's how sad it is. Like, you feel me, that I don't even have what could I come to you for? Like, you don't have nothing. You don't even have no encouraging words for me.
And then y'all the bad guy if you say no.
And really, we got like the base, really. So it's like, we the sauce. We got to keep feeding the sauce. Like, they should want to bring, new people that can help what you're doing to the table.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel.
I'm sure it's a hell of a feeling to have the resources to provide opportunity to somebody that you believe has the ambition, the drive, and a good idea, a good product. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, that's got to be a great feeling to help your friend like that.
Oh, yeah. And also, back to the Rocky thing, I don't know if I capped it off.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
With Rocky, I feel like it's also great for him to have a friend that can just give him constructive criticism. I'm not there to hurt him. I'm not there to like be like, oh, that shit is hot. That shit is fire. Because niggas be saying shit is fire, but it ain't. If they really feel some type of way, they just trying to save their position. Like, you paying them or something. Like, Rocky don't pay me, so it's like,
he knows what you're saying is official.
I don't benefit anything from
he
like
giving
your
intention.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, like that's very important.
Does that transfer over, like, beyond maybe like your professional opinion on his music and his products? Does that transfer over to like the things that we know has been in the media? I'm sure people want to hear what you got to say about comments that Rocky made before he was in this terrible incident over in Sweden about like not relating to people who don't necessarily live in Soho and Beverly Hills. We all know what the quote was. Did you guys have a chance to kick it about that and maybe dig a little deeper? And is there anything you can share that you want motherfuckers to know so they understand him a little bit more?
Yeah, I always nip shit in the butt with Rocky. Like, I be watching his interviews and shit, and I be like, you sound dumb as fuck. Like, you sound crazy. Like, you sound wild. Like, yo, Yam's mom's got to watch this. And we got to, like, fix up. But
rest in peace, ASAP Yams.
It's also, like, the state of mind niggas be in. Like, he probably just was really disconnected from it. But it's just the way he could have went about it different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, before you go out and say it in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how he learns. He learns real hard. Like,
we all go through shit like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he made, like, people may learn behind the cameras on a low and be like, yo, I didn't know about this. You ain't know about that. And this, that, and the third. But he learns in front of the camera because he's so passionate the way he talks. Yeah. It's like black or white sometimes. But I'm pretty sure, like, he had the opportunity to, like, get seasoned and whatever was going on.
And that's what it's really about. You know what I'm saying? It's about understanding deeper. And
everybody learns different, man. Like,
exactly.
Everybody can't relate the way other people relate.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure, like, in certain situations similar to the sweeter one that may have humbled them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's up, man.
Do you go through situations like that? Like, is that something that's common when y'all be over there in these countries?
Hell no. Not for me. I mean, it could happen to anybody, but this was an eye-opener for me because, like, it's just you don't know their laws and shit. Like, that was a fight for us. I'm pretty sure you seen the footage. Yeah. That shit is a fight in New York. Like, you probably get locked up for 2 hours and come
keep
out.
It moving,
Yeah, or you just get a slap on the wrist. But, to be in jail for about 3 weeks to a month is just...
a nightmare. Let's keep it real. That shit was crazy as hell, bro. Street fight.
And thank God nothing ain't happened to him like while he was locked up because that'll just be like a whole nother type of scar that you have to wear. Exactly.
What he went through is a scar. Like me hearing about certain stuff that he was going through, like I could relate to that because I was starved in jail. Like, you feel me? That's a scar. Like, he's scarred. It's just not something that you're going to be able to physically see. Yeah. But he might not even talk about it. But it's a scar. Like I know for a fact it's a scar.
You got anything you want to share with him about your experience from that you feel might help him deal with that kind of shit? Like how do you deal with that on a daily?
I'm still dealing with it. I'm still remembering like, every day. Shit, I could eat. I don't have to get permission to eat, and I could just buy food. I don't, remember I was starved for 5 months, so I could remember. Like I just, it's something that he's just gonna have to learn. I just be having to remember, like, bitch, did you eat today? Like,
so you work through them kind of thoughts every day.
Yeah.
How old are you?
28.
You look younger than that. Yeah, I mean 28 is not old, but I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's
Absolutely.
Okay. I did my crime.
Like,
but
you seem very sweet. You seem like a good person.
I do?
Yes.
I'm so Bute. What tips do you have for me in the industry?
As far as what?
Anything. Like, I'm more of a, I don't give a fuck type of person. So, do you have any tips for me?
I feel like don't give a fuck, but give a fuck about things you give a fuck about. If that makes sense.
But what about if I don't give a fuck about anything that has to do with certain shit in the industry?
Your beliefs, your belief system, maintain that. But you give a fuck about that.
Okay, so like, good questions though. Who's worse, male or female groupies?
Males. I mean, that shit is just whack.
Like it's weird, right?
Yeah, I thank God that because before it used to be like, yo, babe, can you take this picture of me and Ferg? And it's like, damn, like the girl don't want to take a picture with me. Yeah, you jumping in front of her. But now it's like, the girls is coming up now like, hey, babe, can you take this picture of me? Yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. That shit is whack, man. Like guys is like trampling girls to try to get pictures and shit.
You ever broke up with a girl because she couldn't dress?
Nah, I never had that problem because I'm attracted to girls that got style. So
that's you never,
most of the time,
ever.
Nah, most of the time they teach me how to dress. So they put me in shit that I like.
Are you
what kind
single?
Of style?
Nah, I'm not single.
What's your girlfriend name?
Oh my gosh, is this? Oh man,
I just want to know if it is who I think it is.
Her name is Chi-Chi.
For real?
That's my name for her.
Shout out to Chi-Chi.
Okay, well, is it the Bute girl that I be seeing in the pictures?
Bute, yeah, for sure.
That's definitely her. She's definitely look good. All right.
So Chi-Chi got that
got
sauce.
style.
She got that style.
Yeah.
You learned from Chi-Chi's style. What's the last style tip Chi-Chi gave?
I'm not gonna lie, Chi-Chi be dressing good.
Yeah, she got.
There go the
I
cosign.
seen. Yeah, I seen.
We teach each other a lot of stuff. She really on the home decor stuff. I be putting her on the clothes. I give her a little juice.
Yeah, okay.
You don't be giving her shit. Fuck out of here. She probably give you everything. You from Harlem. Where's she from?
She from the Bronx.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really fuck with the Bronx, but the Bronx got more style.
Damn.
They got more style than the Harlem.
You bugging the fuck out.
Listen, Harlem guys
Where
could
you
dress.
been at?
Listen, Harlem guys could dress.
I could tell you been in Brooklyn a lot.
But Harlem girls dress like boys.
Nah.
Yes, they do.
What you mean? Like what?
They dress like boys. Like they all dress like Tiana Taylor.
Nah,
like that type of
that
Tiana
tomboy
Taylor.
style.
Yeah, that tomboy style.
You talking about like
and
Aaliyah or something?
Yeah, like her.
Nah,
like they dress like that.
Shout out to Aaliyah. Word to Detroit. I want to know what you wore to Beyonce and Jay-Z's New Year's party. Speaking of style, what the fuck did you wear there? Because that's a decision.
I had a tuxedo on. I had a
Oh, it was formal.
Yeah, it was like everybody had on suits and dresses and shit.
Okay.
I had a tuxedo on. I think it was Yves Saint Laurent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, dope. I thought it was really cool how you said you was like, fuck that shit. I'm just about to ask Jay, like, how this shit feel, man? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this conversation, it wasn't even on some like, because I spoke to Jay plenty of times. I used to intern at Rockaway.
Okay.
And then, like, I was cool with his sister. His sister used to give me per diems for lunch every day.
Shout out to his
sister. She
used
to give you what?
Per diems.
What's that?
Like lunch money.
Oh.
Kept on paying every day.
Yeah, so, I've seen him plenty times, and he actually put Timberland onto my music. So, I mean, I just got him. I'm real cool with, like, Lenny Yes and just, like, the whole team over there, and Tata. They always invite me to the brunches and all of that, but like I finally was in LA at the same time.
My nigga for New Year's Eve, like that's some shit, dog.
Yeah, it was a vibe. It was crazy.
Like how you said you felt like you were supposed to like be there and shit.
Yeah, I mean shit.
Yeah,
I got some millions too, man. Like I ain't no small fry. Like nigga got a couple of hits and shit. Like I know my worth.
Word.
What's your favorite podcast right now? Do you listen to podcasts? Hold on. Let me position myself. What's your favorite podcast right now?
Well, this one now.
Oh, I thought that would say. What is it called?
What is it called?
See, you don't even know.
It's brand new. Like
you better keep it
Bute.
Bute.
I didn't ask no questions.
You better keep it Bute when you answer the name of this podcast.
Bute.
Keeping it Bute. Say it in the mic.
Keep it Bute. Shout out to Keep it Bute.
Keeping it.
Keeping it Bute. Keeping it Bute. Keeping it Bute. I should have knew because you kept using that word Bute.
Bute, right? I say that a lot.
Yeah, that's hard.
You ever been locked up?
Nah.
Never in your life?
I mean, we had to turn ourselves in for a day.
Wow.
And I got picked up on a fine.
So when you was young though, you never been locked up?
Nah.
And you don't smoke?
Nah, I don't smoke. I smoked before though.
You smoked before?
Yeah.
What made you stop?
Just because it ain't for me. Like, that shit make me hella paranoid. I'm one of them niggas, like, I'll be smoking and I'm trying to, like, hear everybody's conversation at the same time.
When you smoke, you can hear everybody's conversation at the same time.
No, the fuck you don't.
How the fuck you turn Snoop Dogg down for weed, my nigga? Like, that's, honestly, you know I'm a smoker. If you don't know, now you know.
Right.
And, nigga, if Snoop, that's smoker goals.
I would have still turned it down.
Smoking with Snoop.
Yeah, Snoop is my fam. Yeah. Me and Snoop got the same birthday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. When's your birthday?
And it's so funny because
I know you're a Scorpio, but what is it?
No, I'm a Libra.
You a Libra?
October 20th. Yeah, get it right.
I'm sorry.
When
You're
is
like
your
Cardi.
birthday?
Y'all think too much.
Yeah, we do think.
Y'all think
Yes,
y'all overthink too much.
I'm practicing on that.
You don't think that helps you as a creative?
No.
It's like a gift and a curse. Because like we remix shit like a lot. Like
it don't even be what they're thinking. Like they're thinking something else. It's not even. It doesn't even connect no more. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Like you lost me. Like that for real. Like
hey, what's your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay, I don't know too much about Pisces.
What's the best sign? Mellow, calm, regular.
I hear you.
Like we don't overthink.
You don't seem calm though.
I'm a different Pisces.
Turned.
I'm a different Pisces. I've been in jail too long. Nah, I'm a different Pisces. But what do you like better, beef patties or empanadas? That's a weird question, right?
That is a very great question.
You should feel a lot of pressure, man. For
no, seriously, because
I'm Trinidadian, so the beef patty is like the culture, my culture. But I feel like it's only like beef patties, vegetable patties, and chicken patties.
No, there's shrimp patties, and then there's curry shrimp patties.
I can't eat shrimp. I'm allergic.
Okay, what about curry? There's curry chicken patties. Yeah. There's curry beef patties. Yeah, there's a lot.
All right, so the beef patty. I love empanadas too, though. I do.
So which one would you pick right now if you had a choice?
Not right now, after the club. Like after you do a show. You know what I'm saying? You booked and you just need that late night food.
Are you hungry?
It's gonna be an empanada.
For real?
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
What's your nationality?
I'm Guyanese.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, like how do you pick something like that?
Man, listen. I grew up in the Heights.
All right, I understand. You ever been to Trinidad?
Yeah, hell yeah.
For real, you like it?
I love Trinidad.
You ever ate curry iguana?
No.
Then you're not a real Trinidadian.
No, I'm not eating no iguana.
You gotta eat it one time for the one time.
I ate some gator before, gator bites.
What's the difference?
That shit is good.
I mean,
I don't really have that much questions.
You could
for
just
you.
wrap my nigga up.
But I have mad freaky questions, and I don't know if you can answer the freaky questions because you have a girlfriend.
You can ask me the freaky questions.
Oh, all right. What's the freakiest thing you ever did?
The freakiest thing I ever did?
Yeah.
I mean,
that you can talk about.
Man.
See how I gave you that boundary? There you go.
I mean, what's the freakiest thing you ever did? Because I'm trying to just see if what I'm doing is even freaky.
You know, I'm not that freaky because I started off late. Like, I didn't lose my virginity till I was 17. Like, you feel me? I started off late. I only sucked 3 dicks in my life. So I ain't really get to that freaky yet.
I would have to say,
like, I never did it in the butt yet. Shit like that. Like,
word?
No, I never did it in the butt.
You never had a thumb in the butt, none of that?
I had a thumb in the butt, but I ain't never had no dick in the butt. That's a difference.
That's
like,
difference.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So you say freaky, I say like, I have
like,
4.
okay, so are you down for everything? Like, you lick the toes, you lick the ass. No,
Negative.
You're not licking no toes?
Negative. I'm not into toes. I mean, you got to have nice feet, but I'm not licking no toes.
What about the butt? You licking ass?
I mean, I do like, you got to, Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
You stick your tongue in bitches' noses,
Negative.
No, you're not doing that.
Nah.
Eating boogers where you draw the fucking line.
No, it's not. Boogers is not right here, though.
They better not be if you're going to stick your nose in that bitch. They stick your tongue in that bitch nose.
Nah, I ain't sticking my tongue in nobody's nose.
That's kind of nasty.
That's disgusting.
That ain't even freaky.
I mean, is that a thing, though?
Do you like it? Do you like what's that called again? The gooch?
My gooch?
You like
Negative.
it licked? You don't like it licked?
Nope.
Oh my God.
That's too much.
It's too close to the butt.
So anyway, this is so dope. You know what I'm saying? Word to Floor Seats. You know what I'm
Floor
saying?
Seats is out right now. We talked about everything but my album.
Right.
We did talk about your album.
In like a half a second.
In the beginning.
I just said Floor Seats. I know about everything about Floor Seats, but what you want to talk about, that's what he said.
Exactly.
I remember everything.
Okay, we wanted to do something different than what all your little interviews have been. You know,
she want to call my interviews little.
Because you know this is the top interview right
here.
Hey,
she coming at everybody interviews.
This is the top interview. So I'm coming at everybody's interview.
Nah, I love this interview. This is dope.
That's what's up. We like having you, my nigga.
Thanks
Shout
for
out
having
to
me.
everything.
I appreciate you for coming and not giving me no runaround. You know, you was just with it.
Yeah, for sure.
I fucks with you for that because you know I ain't have to put my hands on you.
Hands or dick beaters.
I ain't put my dick beaters on you. And it show how humble you are, like that you just was, with it. Like,
nah,
for sure.
I don't get that a lot.
Nah,
I don't get that a lot. And I be telling celebrities suck my dick all the time. So I'm glad I ain't have to go there with you.
I ain't even have to say that shit.
Exactly.
I ain't know it didn't even cross my mind with him. Like, all
Buy
right.
So if I got a problem with a shorty or something like that, I could come borrow your dick beaters for them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I changed my life around.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
P.O. Nicholson, hi.
Keeping it Bute, word.
Keeping it Bute. You already know what it is.
All right, so shout out to ASAP for, coming through, showing love. He's super humble. I have ultra respect for him because he didn't give me no runaround. So we're going to get into Ask Star Brim.
Oh, shit.
We're going to get into that segment. Let me hear what y'all bald-headed bitches and crusty lip hoes got to ask me. Okay, so I have email. Do you want to read it off and I give the advice?
I think that's cool. Yeah. You ain't got to ring them out. Relax, sis. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
This tongue working today.
So, pause.
No pause. But not
what you say? Play, sis.
Play.
All right. So, the first question that we have this week, and remember, Star, your email is what? Where can they write in and send you these questions and submissions?
You could write and send me these questions at askstarbrim@gmail.com.
That's right. Holla at your girl, Star Brim, right
And stop
there.
asking me stupid questions because I'm going to ignore it.
Or we're going to talk about your ass. So let's get into question number one. Let's pick a name. You want to pick a name for the person who submitted the question? Pick any name you want.
Ron.
All right, Ron. Hey, we don't know what bathroom Ron uses. It don't matter. Ron is who the fuck it is. So here we go. Ron says, "Hey, yo, Star, we fucking with you all the way out in Chicago. So shout out to Chi-Town.
Shout out to Chi-Town.
And I put a lot of my people onto your podcast because it's a whole vibe. My question is, what would you do if you found out your brother has been fucking your girl?" Whoa. "I've cheated before and we broke up, but now we've gotten back together after 3 years because we felt we could work it out. We also have a son together, and lately she's been acting weird when my brother is around, and he's also weird, just being distant and seemingly uncomfortable. I went through her phone, which normally I'd see as some hoe shit to do, but I had to. When I went through it, I saw their thread and him, Ron's brother, saying he misses her and why is she still with me, nudes, videos, etc. I want to beat both they fucking ass, but I'm already on probation and I have a good job. I told her I needed to get myself together for a bit, so I've been staying at a friend's house until I figure this shit out. She doesn't know that I know and begs me to come home. What would you do?"
Okay. I'm not going to lie to you, boo.
I damn sure ain't. And I feel like you ain't even say how you feel, but I feel like we're already on the same fucking page, Star. Go ahead.
Listen, Ron, I'm not going to hold you. It would never work. It can't work. It's not going to work out because that's not like a friend. That's a fucking brother who's going to always be there for the rest of your fucking life. You just said you have a good job and you're on probation. So obviously you ain't catching no bodies, right? So you ain't gonna kill a motherfucker. So it's like, that's somebody that, it's like, it's so many other motherfuckers that she could have fucked for her to go to him. That is like, come on, where's her loyalty? Like, you understand, there's so much other bitches that he could have fucked. Where's his loyalty? And then you said that you're finding messages where they're still writing each other. He's writing her, constantly talking about
while
you're with her, telling you be with her. Or no.
The disrespect.
Cut it off. Sorry, there's no family. There's no family. Just raise your kid. There's no family.
Oh my God.
There's nothing. I feel like personally,
the son makes it worse to me because
exactly.
what you gonna tell my son about you fucking
You're the uncle.
His daddy's like come on.
You're the uncle. Like, what the fuck is going on here? But I also feel like my mind is so fucked up that I can't even be with a person who cheated on me before, because I know that while you're fucking me, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, you was fucking her like this. We could have a good moment, but then as soon as it could just go in my head like, oh, maybe he had good moments like this with her. You know, I'm just that type of crazy.
Sharing shit with you
like
no more.
I'm just that type of crazy that is like, nah, like anything he did with me, he did to her. So I can't even be with a person who cheated on me. So I don't understand. Like that would never work. Like my family member, no.
That's a lot.
No.
That's a lot.
I can't.
To be a lot
I would
of
have to walk away.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if I'm on probation. I would have had to put my hands on them.
Like,
but
cut the cameras off type shit.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
I'd have to put my hands on them, but I definitely wouldn't continue a relationship. Like the relationship would definitely be over.
Ain't no damn relationship.
It would be
fucking
over.
My brother. Are you crazy?
I don't give a fuck if you're fucking my brother. You fucked my brother, even if it was one time. Yeah,
like you fucked with my brother.
Like one time.
That's the ultimate violation. Like to
and
me,
then
it crosses so many
y'all
lines.
Sending nudes and videos, or he's sending it. Or I don't know what the case may be, but listen, no. That's a no. It's over for that.
So Ron, I mean, so what do you want to say to Ron? Like, what do you think? What do you want? What do you think Ron should do?
Pack your bags after you put your hands on him. But if you don't put your hands on, pack your bags. That's just
and
don't,
pack her garbage bag.
Yeah, that's just something that don't continue that relationship, because it's gonna be toxic. It probably drive you crazy. You probably turn into a serial killer.
She don't give a fuck about you. She fucked your brother.
She fucked your brother out of all people. And like, does he even have more money than you? Do he look good? Like,
he's your brother.
She could have went for the father.
Y'all slid out the same hole, so it's nasty off rip.
Yeah,
that's
like,
nasty.
Like the fuck, like go for the pops. Probably got more money.
I don't even like. I just. Okay, anyway,
retirement money,
so Ron,
pension,
like, yeah,
SSI.
You should have got with Ron Senior.
You better go for the check.
You should have got with Ron Senior, Big Ron.
Get
with Big Ron, Ronald. You know what I'm saying?
Ronald, like SSI checks, Medicaid checks, disability checks. You got to think about the checks that's involved with an older motherfucker. You gonna go with another motherfucker that's around the same age.
Brother.
The brother.
What a lateral move.
Should've
You
went
just
for
did
Grandpa.
like this. You didn't even move up.
Grandpa would have never. You would have never got caught with Grandpa either, because Grandpa would have kept it on the low.
And Grandpa slow motion with it.
And he probably don't got no phone, so he ain't gonna be sending you no nudes and
Probably
text messages and
He probably
shit.
ain't got no erection. All he want to do is smell the pussy. That's
no
it.
teeth.
Easy. You working hard, not
These
smart.
Bitches, let me teach y'all bitches how to get some money.
And Grandpa money guaranteed.
Yeah, the fuck is wrong
Monthly.
with y'all?
Anyway, so I guess you got what you needed, Ryan. If you didn't, I hope you did. So you got another email, Shar, right? This came from the Instagram, from the show's account. So where's your show's account on Instagram? It's Keepin It Bute, right?
Yes.
All right, so shout out to Keepin It Bute at Instagram. This submission came from there. It says, hey, I love your show, Keepin It Bute. Word up. Then it says, I need some advice in regards to my relationship. My boyfriend was in prison for 6 years. He came out completely institutionalized. He's also picked up an alcohol habit. I love him and want to help him overcome his demons, but all I keep thinking is, did this nigga get raped? It's been bothering me. He could have much bigger problems, but every time I see him look so miserable, I'm thinking someone must have been in his cheeks. I feel ignorant for thinking about rape over all situations. How do I keep a man who is addicted to alcohol and just depressed to go back to who he was? Or how do I help, a man who is addicted to alcohol and just depressed to go back to who he was before it? You got this, or you want me to do this? You got it.
Okay, no. You do it, but let me just do one part.
Go ahead.
I don't feel you can help anybody that's addicted to something. Like, until they want to stop, there's no way. Like, you could sit there and put a crackhead or put a person who's addicted to alcohol in a system. Like, you understand, you could put them inside the AA programs and stuff, but until they completely want to do it on their own, they're not going to stop wanting to do it. And I know that from having, different type of addictions in my family. Mm-hmm. Until they're ready to stop, there's no way that they're going to stop. They have to want to do that. Mm-hmm. But you could take this one.
No, I think that's a great point, and it's also very important because that affects the dynamic between you and that person in your life who's going through the addiction, right? It removes the judgment, and it also helps you understand that all you can do is kind of input or give them certain tools to like manage that shit with, but they ain't gonna make a change.
Plus,
until they're ready.
I don't think it could be necessarily him being raped. Like, you gotta realize, towards the end of
you
my
was
bid,
about to go to where I was going.
Yeah, like
with
towards
it.
the end of my bid, I was scared to want to go home. I didn't want to go home no more because I kept thinking like, damn, I gotta worry about bills. I gotta worry about how I'm gonna make money, how I'm gonna eat, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. when you're in jail, besides the box, even the box, you get 3 meals a day. They give you your clothes. You understand you have something over your head. You have no worries basically in the world. Like really. Like
you just gotta survive.
You just gotta survive. You have worries, but it's not the same type of worries that you have in jail. So I know a person, she's no longer my friend, but I know that she was going through a big depression when she first came home from jail because she couldn't find somebody anywhere to hire her while she was a felon. She went from 160 pounds to 110. I thought the bitch had AIDS because it's like, why are you so skinny now? Like, you understand? And she's like, I'm so
drastic change in her
yes,
physical
in her body.
appearance.
Yes,
yeah.
because she was like, I'm so depressed. I don't even be eating. And I'm like, why don't you eat? She said, I just don't even feel hungry. Like, it's just, I'm just so worried about how I'm gonna pay this and how I'm gonna pay that. Like, you know, it's just so hard for a person. Yeah, like especially when you've been away for so long. I only did 10 months. Like, you understand? Well, basically like 13 months. I only did like my little 13 months. My friend did 5 years. She just said that her boyfriend did 6 years. That's a long time, and a long time to be, you know, caged up and not having to worry about certain issues that you have to worry about when you come home now. Sometimes it could fuck you up mentally. So it doesn't even necessarily mean that he had to be raped. He could just be emotionally going through stuff and still having to realize like, damn, like this is real life now. I got responsibilities. Like, you know, like in jail, you don't really have that many. You don't have to worry about half the things you have to worry about here. It's a different type of worry. Let's say that.
There you go.
It's a different type of worry in jail.
I think that, everything you said, I completely agree with 100%. My focus is on the whole, like, automatic default to him being raped as the cause of him being indifferent or having a change in his disposition. And I think that it is important that you kind of pay attention to the bigger picture. I'm not even finna run her down to the ground like that because at the end of the day, she wants to figure out a way to get him in a better space. Mm-hmm. But there's something wrong with her, inside of her, that she is automatically defaulting to him being raped. Why is that your worst fear about his jail experience? Isn't it enough? Listen to me. Isn't it enough to feel like the nigga went to jail? Like, that's traumatic enough.
I think I agree and I disagree with that in a way because I think I never realized how how you think until I experienced it. Yeah. I never realized like my first instinct was been like, what the fuck, this nigga got touched in here or something? Why the fuck he so angry all the time and drinking and shit? Like, what experiences he went through? Especially when you probably feel like, nigga, you wasn't hungry because I was putting money on your books. Yeah. You was getting visits.
So you feel like that's lonely. The worst that could have happened.
Like sometimes people feel like that's the worst that could have happened because everything else you was good. I don't know the situation, so for all I know, she could have been going up there to see him and, you know, putting money on his books, so he was eating. Yeah. So it's not like, damn, he was going through that type of starvation in jail.
Yeah, but I think she even used the words like random cheeks. To me, like that she's choosing this as her option of an automatic default traumatic experience.
Yeah, that's why I said I agree.
And I think it's something there. Why is that what you
I never would have thought like you be worried to come home until it happened to me about being worried to come home. I was so happy to come home. Like, I need to go home. I want to fucking come home. But then it's like 5 months into my bed, it's like, whoa, scared to go home.
Yeah, that's real.
I'm gonna have to think about where I'm gonna live.
You told me it's simple things like you weren't even comfortable eating. You felt like you didn't even know.
Yeah, like you know, like fuck. Is even I'm talking about even before I went to the box. Before I went to the box. When I was in the box, I didn't think about even home. You understand? Because I was thinking about so much other stuff. But before I even went to the box, because I did 5 months in the box, I did 5 months in regular jail. Yeah. Like when I was in regular jail, I kept thinking like, damn. So when I go home, where am I gonna work now? Because I can't scam no more. You know, what am I gonna do to get money? Do I want to go back to bartending? You know, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't just work anywhere because at the end of the day, I don't want people just running up to me for pictures. You know, I don't want to be in situations where I might have to fight. You know, I'm not trying to go back to jail. So it's like so much things like that run through my mind. Where am I gonna live now? Because I was living somewhere else. I don't know about that apartment is still gonna be, you know, vacant for me to live in. I don't know if that's gonna be in my jurisdiction for my PO for me to be living in. It's just so much run through my mind when I was on my way about to be almost done with my bid that is like, ooh, I don't want to go to the home. It's too much responsibilities there. Like,
so
I'm okay here. I'm calm here.
To be aware of that transitional place, like there's a lot of thoughts that accompany that. A lot of stress
comes with coming home. People might be so happy, but it's anxiety.
Right? Further to that point of coming home being a stressful experience, I think it's important that this person who wrote in doesn't add to that by then giving this guy a complex about her thinking that he experienced some sort of sexual trauma in jail. That can fuck with his head if he thinks that he's laying up with somebody who thinks that he had this experience.
Yeah, like I don't even think I would be able to tell. Like, I don't think I would want to tell her like, oh, go tell him how you feel. Like, no way. But maybe you should talk to him and ask him exactly like what happened. Like, you know, are you stressed out because you're not working? Like, does he have a job? Is he finding work?
How about are you okay? How you doing?
Yeah,
shit,
like
what the fuck?
Like, you know, like maybe him not having a job or being in a position where he wants to be is affecting him and upsetting him.
I'm a man. I can tell you it's affecting him.
Maybe it's you, bitch. Maybe your pussy ain't good. Like, maybe you're stressing him out. Maybe you're down his back. Maybe, you know, maybe it's you. Maybe it's not he got raped. Maybe the fuck is
maybe
you.
I feel like the one thing I was looking forward to coming home with some good pussy. Here you come.
I feel like a lot of people, a lot of females too, make it seem like it's always the guys when it's like it can't be. If I went through 5 relationships and all these niggas did me wrong, bitch, is you.
Yeah.
It's you at this point. How the fuck is it them? It's 5 different niggas.
Yeah.
Even if it's 5 the same niggas, you picked them 5 same niggas. Ain't nobody put a gun to your head for you to be with these 5 same niggas.
And I think
so
let's be clear too, right? There's something to be said for both parties in a relationship when one person is coming home from doing a bid. Because if I'm the person who did the bid, I need to feel supported. I need to feel comfortable. I need to feel like solid about re-entering society and all that kind of shit. And the way we interact affects that. And if you are the person who I'm coming home to, you need to feel like I'm focused on...
Especially I need to feel like I'm not a burden to you.
And exactly. And if you're the person that I'm coming home to, you need to feel like I'm just as excited and ambitious about the future and ready to do whatever the work it takes to reposition myself and not worry about this. Y'all need each other. So this type of dissension, I feel like is just completely like... it's detrimental to the relationship. It's only gonna make things worse. So there's so much other shit that could have happened. The nigga went to jail. Like, let's start there. Like,
First of all, you never even know if he had to fucking slice a few niggas' face open. Like, you feel me?
And he just wasn't all right with even going to jail. Like, what the fuck?
Maybe he had to deal with shit that he didn't want to deal with. Like,
and you gonna make it worse, automatically assuming it was something sexual. Like that introduces so many other things.
My advice is just talk to him. Do not bring up the gay shit. Talk to him and be like,
what's up?
Like, what's going on? Like,
I'm here to support you, and I want to make sure that you understand that. So help me understand what you're going through, so I can do that. And that's all you gotta do.
But the thing is, maybe he don't want to be with you, and he likes guys. What's wrong with that? Maybe,
but I don't think that though. I think that's just in her head because her nigga was in jail, and a lot of people have a small mind and think that going to jail equates a man having a gay or a male to male sexual experience.
Yeah,
and
like
that doesn't automatically mean
at
that.
all.
It's such a immature perspective, and it also works
against.
It's
stupid as fuck, and it's like at the end of the day,
it works against so much shit. Like it's just unnecessary. And that brings me to back to my original point, which is the fact that that's automatically what you go to. That's some shit you need to work out in you. Whatever your issue is with the gay shit, figure that out. Yeah, and understand.
Because my first thought wouldn't have been that. Exactly. And I don't know, maybe it's because I don't have no issue with gays or guys liking guys, girls liking girls. I think,
and that's wonderful. And I know that's what you mean in your heart, clearly. But like, and not even with that, I know how you are. But like beyond that, this is specific. She literally referenced that as what she thinks the problem is.
Because I'm like, my first thought was maybe he went through something. Maybe he's stressed out. I
feel like we keep forgetting the fact that the nigga was in jail. He just did a bid.
6 years.
Let's
like
start
maybe
with
he's stressed the fuck out.
Like what? So whatever you're going through,
I went to jail for my little bit of time, and I came home fucked up in the head. I probably would have been drinking and smoking if I did that before. Like, you know, so. Imagine a person who did that much time.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I came home fucked up. Like, I'm still fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm still fucked up.
And you're doing good. So but you still fucked up.
I know for a fact that is because he went to jail. It has nothing to do with his sexuality. It has nothing to do with anything like that. He probably had to do things in there that he didn't want to do, and I was affecting him. He probably don't like the situation he's at home with. And he probably feel less stressed in jail than he does now.
Because of you. And honestly, like those relationship
my
related.
My last thing would have thought, oh yeah, he must have got raped.
And think about that. You got somebody literally coming off of a traumatic, stressful situation, and you add in the bullshit relationship shit that we don't want to deal with.
He had to get raped.
If you feel like that is what happens. If that's your automatic default, then maybe y'all don't need to be together. No way.
All.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not helping each other. And relationships are about building together and helping each other be your best self. So I say throw in the towel if that's how you feel, but you need to work out whatever that is inside of you.
I feel like she been with him for this long.
If
you've been with him for 6 years, I feel like you just need to, have
and they got a son, though.
a little. No, she doesn't have a son. It didn't say she had a son. No, they don't have a kid.
I'm thinking about the first.
You think about the first one.
Okay, well, fuck this. Y'all niggas need to just call it quits. What the fuck? Ain't no kids. What the fuck y'all doing?
Now, you've been with him for 6 years. I feel like maybe you should just, talk it out, try to figure out what's wrong with him. Don't bring that up.
If you've been through him for
and
6
get that,
years and you don't know your nigga.
That mean you love him. If you've been with a person for 6 years.
But if you've been with him for 6 years and you don't know him and you feel like this could have been a possibility or whatever,
right?
Y'all need to just
y'all
not connecting on a
you should know
certain
him like
level.
the back of your hand.
Yeah, and like the back of his ass.
Like by 6
you should know the
years.
back of his ass too. You should know his whole body to know like what a person will or won't do. And if you have those kind of questions, y'all don't know each other well enough. You know what I'm saying?
Then maybe
the fact
6 years was a waste.
And the fact that you shaming that experience, like saying things like ran your cheeks. Say he did. Let's say he did have a.
I'm thinking somebody must have been in his cheeks.
But yeah, been in his cheeks. Let's say he did have an experience where he was sexually violated. Okay, by a man.
And you say something like that. What about if he snaps?
You're totally diminishing his experience and that trauma and all that shit.
It's like you're making fun of it.
Yeah. So y'all, you just have some work to do on you. And with that, we're gonna move on to email 3 because now I'm getting mad.
Let's move on.
Let's move on to email 3. So email 3 comes from. You want to pick a fake name? Is it a girl? It's a girl. So pick whatever name you want to. Let's use Brittany.
Okay, Brittany.
For just Brittany. We'll give her this email. So it says, "Hi, Star. Much love, sis. I love when you were talking about leaving the controlling relationship you were in. Please give your most real advice on how not to let your emotions keep you tied to a fucked up situation with these niggas.
Oh, God.
Keyword, how not to let your emotions keep you tied to a fucked up situation with these niggas. And having the strength to get to the bag alone and love you first. Keep feeding us how to check these niggas and how to level check ourselves."
Okay, so I feel like the best way to get revenge when it comes to a relationship, even to friendship, is to shit. Flex. Like, you feel me? Flex on that nigga. Flex on that bitch. But I feel like it took me 2 years to get over a deep relationship, and it took me 2 years of not being in a relationship, not flirting, not going on no dates, me just finding myself, me just loving myself and being able to be comfortable in myself to the point where, in a way, sometimes I'd be like, damn, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Because I really don't need no nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you understand? I like no
That's
nigga.
powerful,
and it's
Star.
like, it's powerful, but it's scary too, because it's like, it could be a time when I could be arguing, like, say my boyfriend, I could be arguing and be like, well, fuck you then, because I wouldn't even try to fight, because it's like, why am I fighting? I know I could get over this, which is bad and a good thing. You understand? I could be sitting here saying fuck it for the littlest thing, because I know I don't need this shit, which sometimes is a bad thing. But I feel like to not let your emotions is, you have to find yourself. Like, you understand? You have to be comfortable being alone. A lot of people is not comfortable being alone because as females, we put so much into a relationship.
Yeah.
We put so much into a guy that is like, they become our everything. They become our world. They become our best friend. Like, you understand? So it's like, you always have to find other ways to do stuff. Like, don't make your relationship your everything. Don't make this guy your everything. Like, you understand?
Don't make define you.
Exactly. Like, I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn of being single for 2 years, for crying myself to sleep for 6 months, like every day. I used to be outside till like 3 a.m. just so when I come in the house, I could just knock out, because I know that if I came in the house before then, and me realizing, yes, I'm alone, this is where he used to sleep, that shit will drive you crazy and get you so depressed and so sad. So it's like, I had to just realize, like, I don't need nobody. And it took me a long time. It took me 2 years to find myself and not get mad about the situation no more, not be sad about the situation, not be hurt. It's like, I really have completely no feelings towards him or no feelings about him, like, or about the situation. Before, I was angry, then first I would think I was hurt. I was hurt, then I was angry, then I was sad. And it's like, I had to go through all these emotions and get over all these emotions by myself.
What about the tricky part where you miss the good times? Like, you still are angry about the ways you feel like the betrayal existed and manifested itself, and you still
I just always
miss
feel
like the
there'll
friendship
be
part.
it'll be other good times.
Right. And that's important. That's important that's important to speak over this whole situation.
Like
people have to understand there's more good times.
There's more good times to come. That's not going to be the only person. I used to really feel like he's the only person that's going to love me this way. He's the only person that's going to treat me this way. This is the only person that's going to take me here or buy me. No, it's not. I'm telling you, ladies, it's not true. I thought that way
and niggas,
for years.
Get them some too.
For niggas, yes, niggas,
whoever
y'all too.
The fuck.
Whoever's listening, I thought that way for so long, and honestly, no. And it's so funny because when I stopped looking for a nigga, and when I stopped wanting a nigga, is when I found one that's great. Like, you understand, and stuff like that. Like, and you know how people say that and it's be like cliche. Like, you it's not going to, trust me.
Bullshit.
It's going to happen.
Wow.
When you least expect it, it's going to happen. Like, I really be finding, like, after that relationship, I found good relationships afterwards. Like, you understand, like, great relationships afterwards where it was nowhere compared to that. We broke up because I just felt like doing it. Like, you understand, it was not even no cheating situation. It wasn't no hurt situation. It wasn't him putting his hands on me situation. It was no type of situation like that. It was just like, me, all right, I'm done. I'm over. I had my fun. Next. Like, you know, it was shit like that. But I just feel like you have to flex. You have to learn how to get money on your own too. Like, you know, don't let a person control your pockets, whether it's a female or a guy. Like, get your own money in your own way. Like, you understand? Do not connect yourself with nobody to get the bag. Like, I used to make money with him. So now it's like when we wasn't together, it's like, damn, like, that's part of my money. Like, you understand? Like, my pockets could be fucked up now.
Yeah.
So that's a situation where I wanted to stay with him at times too, because it's like, if I leave him, you know, am I going to have as much money?
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, you understand? Like, it's like I'm relying on him. You cannot rely on nobody but yourself. And I'm so glad that I'm at that point where I don't have to rely on not a person, like not one person do I have to rely on. And once you reach that way, like once you reach there, is nothing could affect you. Like,
and
nothing really could affect you.
That's how you're able to keep your emotions in check, because you're in complete control of your environment.
I'm in complete control of my life.
Yeah.
I'm in complete control of my feelings. I'm in complete control of my money, my bills. Anything I want, I could get. You understand?
So basically,
I'm
you can engage
control
with a partner or a romantic interest at will. Like,
yes,
just for the,
I don't have
the
to
nature
feel like
of the
I don't have to
relationship.
feel like, damn, I'm with him because I need him for this.
Nothing.
Or I'm with him because he could bring me this. No, I'm with him because I'm with him. I'm with him because I want to be with him.
I think when it comes to like relationships, that's literally utopia. That's the highest feeling you can have.
Yes.
Like.
And to know that they're not with you, like I had to also I had a lot of relationships where I was the one being the man. I was the one making sure they're eating, making sure they're clothing. I was the one taking care of them. You feel me?
Showing them how to do this shit.
So it's the best feeling too when you also meet a guy who has that same situation. He doesn't have to rely on you. So now y'all both know y'all not with each other because he could do something for you, or you could be doing something for him. He's not with you because of this. He's with you because he's with you for you. You understand? Because at the end of the day, he has his own money. He has his own crib. He has his own car. He don't need to sleep with you. Like, you understand? He's sleeping with you or at your house because he wants to.
Yeah.
Because he still has his own over there. He still can go home tomorrow.
That's a different kind of love. And unfortunately, we live in a world where so many of us need help in so many different ways that, you know, it's affected like our dating culture.
Like a lot of niggas is dating bitches just because they got a crib, you know, and like dealing with bitches that they don't want to deal with because she got a crib, or a girl's dealing with a nigga because, oh yeah, he could take care of this and he could do this. And it's like, damn, even if you don't want to, you dealing with a nigga probably that's disrespecting you, you know, walking all over you, treating you like shit, but because he could do this, this, and this with you, you'll put up with it.
But what about you though? So you don't have those needs or those sort of intentions in like a relationship or engaging in dating somebody, right?
No.
So that affects, I guess, the criteria that you measure the people that you encounter against. So what do you use to determine like a good potential partner? Like, what makes a person good then?
Loyalty.
Yeah.
To see that they're loyal. Like, for instance, you know, like, I just have to see their loyalty. Yeah. It's not even about what they. Yeah, it's not what. Yeah, it's not what they could do for me. Like, you understand? Because honestly, what could you do? Like, what could you do for me that I can't do for me? It's just basically even knowing the type of person that they are, because I'm seeing that. Okay, for instance, I've been in relationships where I've met guys who their car is in their ex-girlfriend's name or in their baby mother's name and stuff. It's like, damn, you can't even get something on your own. So it's like, for me to find a guy and he has everything on his own. He got his crib on his own. He got this on his own. Everything is on his own. He didn't get no help. He's not relying on somebody for something. He's doing this. That makes me that makes me see your ambition. You understand? When I see that a nigga is getting to the bag and I don't have to help him get to the bag. I don't got to show him how to get to the bag. He's he's been getting to the bag before me, it's like, oh yeah, like that makes me attracted to you because you don't need me.
For shit.
So now I want to insert myself in your life because you don't need me.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm needed. It's not like I feel like, damn, I'm building a bear. You feel me? I'm building a man. Right. Like I don't want to, like you understand, build a bear, build a man. I don't want to build a man. Like,
but you also can then, and I think this is really important, right? You can also then choose and identify the areas where you feel like a motherfucker needs your influence or your energy the most.
For instance, I feel like this is if I had a guy, right, and he just had a car but he didn't have a crib, or he had a crib but didn't have a car. Okay, you have a stepping stone. You understand? I don't mind helping you. I don't mind because you have something. But when you're around my age, 28 older, even 25 and older, and you still living with your mother. You have no car. You have no crib. You have
and
no
you ain't
degree.
Doing shit about
you have
it.
no degree. You didn't go to jail, so it's not like, you feel me, your time got taken away. I know people who did so much time in jail, came home and got shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you really have no excuses to why you don't have at least something, you just not the nigga for me because I feel like you have no ambition for yourself. You're comfortable. You're okay with living with your mom. You're okay with, not having a car and relying on Ubers or a bitch that have a car. Because at the end of the day, if I have a car and you don't have a car and we go out on a date and you paid, you didn't take me out, bitch. I took you out. I don't give a fuck if you paid. I don't give a fuck. I took us out. I drove. I drove. I took us out. You didn't take us out. I don't give a fuck if you paid this bill. I drove, boo-boo.
Right.
I took us.
So what you saying is after we leave dinner.
I feel like a date is when you take me, nigga.
So after we leave dinner and then like
I gotta drop you home.
And I'm like, oh, you know what? Thanks for the ride. And also, baby.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna give you the best example.
Here go your car note for the month.
I'm gonna give you the best example. It was some nigga, right?
But what you gonna do then, Star, when they be like, so here go your car note?
Thank you, boo-boo. The fuck? What you want me to say? I deserve it. I done drove you around as your motherfucking
so you still
chauffeur.
Took them out.
Like, I still took us out. I don't give a fuck. You did what you were supposed to do. You paid me like you pay an Uber, bitch. Like the fuck? The Uber took you out. But I feel like this. It was a situation, right, where some nigga, I made food for him to eat. I put him in an Uber to come to me because he didn't have a car. And he ate my pussy, right?
Okay.
So after he ate my pussy, he thinking he gonna get some pussy. No, boo-boo, I just paid for this. I paid for head. You feel me? I paid for you to come over here, and I fed you. I gave you a meal. No, boo-boo, and I'm paying for your Uber to go back. Why would I give you pussy? No, like I just paid. Personally, I just paid for some ass. Just like how niggas pay for ass, I pay for some ass. Instead of paying for dick.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially instead of paying for dick, I pay for some head. So go along your way. Like, you understand? Like, you're worthless.
It's boss shit, godmother shit.
Regular.
That's what the fuck it is.
Regular boss moves.
Now I go. You know what I'm saying?
To the loo.
Yeah.
I paid for your Uber back. You'll get home safe. I'll treat a nigga just like they treat a bitch. Fuck you thought.
So to sum all this up, right? What you're saying then to keep your emotions in check and to make sure that you're always focused on, I guess, things that'll benefit you in the bag, which is what this person who wrote in wants to know. What you're saying is they should focus on bettering themselves, always focus on having their shit together so that they don't need anybody for anything.
Focus on shitting.
And
focus
then you can
on
shit
flexing.
on niggas.
Yes, focus on flexing, focus on finding yourself, being happy with yourself, being happy to be alone, because a lot of people be like, oh, I'm happy with myself. You're really not. If you have to jump from relationship to relationship and each relationship you keep turning out the same, it's not them, it's you. So you gotta sit
or
back.
Or your pussy. No, I'm just
or your pussy. Sit back. Reevaluate yourself, get your thoughts together, and then I guarantee you the next nigga you choose is gonna be a different type of nigga, because I went through that. The nigga I chose is a different type of nigga, because at the end of the day, I done sat back, I relaxed, I got my mind right. You feel me? I learned how to be by myself, so I don't feel like I need a nigga. I don't jump at every nigga that's trying to talk to me. If anybody, I'm very mean, so niggas don't even try to talk. Like I'm very mean, and I'm not a fucking friendly person. Like, I'm not a friendly bitch. You feel me? Like, I'm friendly to girls, but to niggas, I'm not a friendly bitch. So it's like, you have to just make sure that you attract the same thing. Yeah. You don't want no friendly ass nigga unless you a friendly bitch. Then it's like, y'all work out together, Like,
y'all both can be like, hi.
Y'all both friendly. Like, so I think that she just needs to find herself and learn how to be single.
And comfortable being single.
Just be okay with being single.
So I guess that was dope. Like, I guess they did ask Starbrim this week at Gmail, and they got them fucking answers. So every week they can look forward to asking you questions and getting your POV, you know what I'm saying, your point of view on shit. They could
definitely get my point of view of how I feel about different things.
At asktarbrim@gmail.com.
Yes.
That's where to send that shit.
And
now I
know
you had a little something else that you wanted to add, right?
Okay, so every week I want to do like a little motivation closing. And
check you out.
Yes, I was speaking to. So I was speaking to what made me get this idea is my mom. I was speaking to my mom, right? And I was nervous because my mom was listening to the podcast, and I don't want to ever my mom to feel like I don't love her. She didn't do good as a parent, or any mistakes that she's done. You understand?
Absolutely.
So I was scared for her to listen to the podcast because I never like asked permission. Could I speak about what I went through when I was younger? But she actually loved it. So furthermore, like going into depth, my mom said she went to church, and I like that she goes to church out there because, you know, it makes her like more calm and comfortable and stuff. And she said that the pastor was basically saying like, people shouldn't look for happiness. People should look for like, they should want to be joyful because joy comes from within. Happiness comes from an object.
Wow.
And it's like, damn, I wanted to find a sermon so I could better understand it. But like, you could basically get it. Like, you understand, in order for you to be happy, it has to come from somewhere. It has to be like, oh, he bought me this because I'm happy, or I went here because I'm happy, or this because I'm happy. It comes from an object. Happiness is like happy, I think, comes from a word from Malaysia, she was saying, and it comes from an object. Like, you know, like something has to make you happy.
As opposed to
someone has to make you happy.
Circumstance.
So I feel like instead of everybody looking to be happy, just want to be joyful. Like, think about joy. I want to have joy in my life. I don't want to have happiness in my life. Like, you understand? Because happiness has to come from something. I have to receive something. I have to go through something. I have to experience something for me to be happy. Like, I just want to be joyful.
You can decide to be joyful.
Yes, because it's from you.
Yeah.
Only you could give you joy.
And
like, you understand? Like,
you
control your joy. Somebody else can control your happiness. Any type of situation could control your happiness. So I feel like, you know, everybody be like, oh, I want to be happy. No, just find joy. So that's like my closing motivation that I feel like, you know, everybody should look for this week is like, you know, just find some joy.
Closing on a joyful note this week.
Yes, so everybody.
And not that bitch from around the way, joy.
No.
The emotion.
No, the emotion, joy.
Yeah,
like,
feeling,
you know, like I don't know how to explain it so well, so I hope that y'all get what I'm trying to say about, you know, the difference between being happy and
a positive place no matter what
joy.
Your circumstances are.
Exactly.
Making a choice to be in a positive space.
Yes, like be joyful. Don't look for happiness, because at the end of the day, happiness or happy comes from an object or a person or something. It comes from something.
You know what? You can see that joy on people too. Just like you can see the absence of joy. You ever seen a motherfucker look like somebody put a vacuum cleaner on their asshole and just suck the life out of them? So being joyful is important, and you definitely look joyful these days.
Yes. Like you know, you have to be joyful. Don't look for happiness. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Catch me and Dustin next week. You know, every Wednesday, Keeping It Bute, 8 a.m. Keeping It Bute. Yes, Keeping It Bute. Subscribe, rate, comment. Make sure to tune in. Make sure to asktarbrim@gmail.com with all your questions and advice that you will want from me. You know, just thank you everybody for, you know, joining me and joining Dustin once again at Keeping It Bute.
Keeping It Bute, niggas. Or put it on mute. Understand that. Word.
Shout out to the dusty bitches, you know, bald-headed bitches and the crusty lip and the crusty lip holes.
And I mean every lip on your body, not just the ones on your face. Go ahead.
Dry pussy lips.
Yo, keep it Bute, my niggas. We'll see y'all next time.